The new complaint unsealed as he arrived in New York from Pennsylvania.
During a court appearance in Pennsylvania, Luigi Mangione waived extradition to New York, where he is charged with first-degree murder as an act of terrorism in the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He has been jailed without bail on gun and forgery charges in Pennsylvania since being arrested on December 9th, ending a manhunt that began after the shooting in Midtown Manhattan 5 days earlier. A row of NYPD officers sat in the front of the courtroom for Mangione's appearance, at which he appeared relaxed and clean-shaven.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Mangione expected to have another court appearance in New York this afternoon. In Georgia, a state appeals court says Fulton County DA Fani Willis is disqualified from the election interference case she brought against multiple defendants, including the president-elect.
The case had been stalled as the appeals court heard arguments over Willis's acts in the case, including matters regarding her personal relationship with the special prosecutor she hired. The appeals court did not dismiss the indictment, leaving the case in further limbo. It is not known if Willis will appeal her dismissal to the Georgia Supreme Court.
Fox's Evan Brown. President-elect Trump calls the case a disgrace to justice and tells Fox News Digital it should not be allowed to go any further. A Texas judge just rejecting an effort to toss out criminal charges against the former police chief for Uvalde schools. Peter Arredondo is accused of putting children at risk during a slow response to the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School in 2022. Arredondo argues he's improperly charged and is being scapegoated for law enforcement agents who waited more than an hour to confront and kill the gunman. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Tons of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon. It's a little breezy and it's chilly. 47 for the high. Tonight, clear, cold, and windy. 28. Friday, the coldest day of this stretch. Partly sunny and cold. It's windy almost all day long on Friday. 34. Friday night, some clouds around and 25. Saturday, sunny and 37. Sunday, sunny and 41. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
At Hampton Manor of Wentzville, they go the extra step to make sure their residents feel special. Mark Cox here for my friends at Hampton Manor. I recently stopped by there. You know, their veterans are celebrated with special recognitions, including special pastries created by their pastry chef. They have their own private chef. They'll even feed you lunch if you stop by for a visit at this great senior living community off the Lake St. Louis exit at Highway 70. Schedule your appointment today at wentzvilleassistedliving.com.
Financial health is more than just really the investments. You have to look at tax consequences. You have to think about legacy planning or generational planning or your healthcare options. Those all go together with your financial health.
Join Matt Goolsby for Retire Hour to hear his team in finance, healthcare, estate, and taxes discuss changes in law, strategic planning, and answer listener questions. Submit your questions to be answered live on air at retirehour.com. Retire Hour, Sundays at 7 a.m., right here on KFTK.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? I'm Dr. Nick Barnes of Health from Within Family Chiropractic. Our simple 5-step approach aligns your health naturally. We correct spinal abnormalities to maximize nerve supply, focus on pure and simple nutrition, exercise and oxygen, mindset, and minimizing toxins in your body. Transform your health today with Health from Within, conveniently located on Manchester in Rock Hill or online at healthfromwithinstl.com.
Jewels on Hampton and St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler featuring Alvanza's jewel art designs with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks and sports memorabilia and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa, and jewelsonhampton.com. Call them at 314-752-5000, 314-752-5000, and jewelsonhampton.com. Jewels on Hampton.
This holiday season, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld garden pruner. Now just $149.99. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Offer valid for a limited time, only at participating dealers while supplies last.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Onder Law, we deliver big judgments for the little guy. Onder Law takes on the biggest industries and holds them accountable. Call today for a free review at 314 or 618-9million.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Well, Luigi Mangione is being slow walked into a van in, is this New York City? Yes, in New York City. Did they fly him the whole way by helicopter from Pennsylvania? Maybe?
I'm not sure. I know that it's on a pier and it looks very movie-esque.
Yeah, I hate every bit of it.
I do too. But you can see why it's being covered because these shots look.
From a media standpoint,
from a media standpoint, it's like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Looking.
Okay, so Luigi Mangione is the assassin of what sorts, whatever, terrible human being who shot that United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. And the thing about this that I hate so much is that he's become this, I really do believe that it is a post-Trump victory. We need something.
Oh, I do too. Yeah,
and
no doubt about it.
It's very weird to say that this would have anything to do with Donald Trump, but where was Kamala Harris the whole campaign talking about completely reforming the healthcare industry? They're like, leave Obamacare as it is.
Yeah.
So stop it with this some sort of political statement that you are going to somehow just normalize the idea of taking out a human being who's a father, a husband. It doesn't, to me, every time I hear people say he has a wife and children, there are reports that he was separated from her, which I'm always just kind of putting in the back of my mind, but it doesn't look like that had anything to do with it. But I mean, he's a human being. He is a person whose life was valid, even if you disagree with things that he did. And I don't even know that he really has anything to do with the things that these people who are now lording Luigi Mangione, I mean, you guys are grasping at straws and you're glorifying a murderer in the process. It's gross. So we have two big stories. Ryan was kind of highlighting this before we went on the air. We have two big stories. One is the continuing resolution, or CR, as you might hear it be referred to. I think that we do a really bad job in the media saying abbreviations to things or using lingo that people don't understand.
I disagree, AF.
I think you're wrong, AF. Annie Fry.
Somebody was commenting on my Patriot shirt yesterday and said, AF, that means Annie Fry, right?
Yes.
I said, yes, it
yes,
does.
I'm a Jesus person.
Yes.
It does. It literally does. If you're watching the continuing resolution, the budget spending, the big bloated CR that was looking like Ryan Schmelz kind of tipped us off to this earlier in the week when we talked to him as a Fox News Radio White House Capitol Hill correspondent, I should say. There's this big bloated bill, and we're like, oh, yeah, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy coming in to cut spending. And the people in the House right now are like, well, just a little second. We're going to slide this in here before the end. It's obnoxious and stupid, and it's very predictable in a normal functioning way of politics, but we are not in that anymore. And I can't take for serious a Republican who is like, oh, I'm totally hardcore Doge in 2025.
Right.
Like,
not now, though.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You are or you aren't. And that's a big story. This Mangione story has so much salaciousness and this weird fetishized nature of who this guy is from the loonies out there right now. But Ryan, you said you think it's just the sexier story, and that's what leads.
It really is, because this story about the Doge, the continuing resolution, the House, who's going to be the Speaker of the House, that's the poll. This all is really, really important long-term stuff. And this is where the rubber meets the road. I mean, he's not president yet, but Donald Trump is going to be president in just about a month and a day. And this stuff matters tremendously. This is one of the reasons he's going into office, yet Luigi Mangione is leading the news coverage because, man, America loves a story. These are the real crime stories. It's happening in real time.
I hate it.
I do too, but I can see why it's
Here's
covered.
what I want to have happen. I want them to report I want Brett Baer every day in his news report, maybe Bill Hemmer, who always sits in such an aggressive position in his desk. You look like he's so intense about reporting the news that he might come at you.
You listen to me.
I love why
Eyes right here.
America's Newsroom and Dana Perino is my all-time favorite person on Fox News. I want her to mentor me sometime, which is what a crazy person might say. But I'm still throwing.
You should write her a letter. It says that.
Yeah.
With a picture of you and her photoshopped.
Hey, friend.
This is what it would look like if we did this.
Yeah. No, I just think she's great. Very successful, so on and so forth. But watching Bill Hemmer and Dana Perino report the news in the morning, and then recap with the news of the day when Brett Baer goes at it at whatever his time slot is, 5 o'clock our time, and then be done with it. But I don't need to watch this Jack Butt to pull a line from yesterday in our Happy Gilmore conversation. Get on the helicopter and slow walk, like you said, on the pier. It's just kind of an ominous movie set looking thing surrounded by SWAT guys with helmets and, guns the Democrats think are super scary. I don't need to see all of that in a slow walk where in a movie, you would say, who's the center of attention on the set right now? And then you put everybody else around them blend into the background clothing and make sure that, granted, he's walking in an orange jumpsuit, but everything else around him is muted, and he's just parading, and he's got his head held high. He's kind of looking around. I believe he's looking for cameras, and he's getting a moment. He doesn't deserve a moment. He doesn't deserve it. Don't we have documentation from him that says that I did this, I acted alone?
Yes.
So, the craziest outcome here is that he's lying about that, and he's a fall guy, which some people on X think that might be the case. But in the meantime, he says he's a murderer. Can we not give him the Hollywood movie star treatment? Can we make him regretful for the decisions that he's made to take a man's life? And we should be talking about Mike Johnson. I want cameras surrounding Mike Johnson in a bright suit and everybody else in muted clothing until we get a deal.
Me too. I want it to be like Truman Show. Everybody's following Mike Johnson. Maybe Mike Johnson doesn't even know.
Okay.
He's just trying to get the people's work done.
If he's in public space, you can take video. So, watching Mike Johnson in the morning, getting ready in the mirror.
Yeah.
You think he
all of
draws like an alien, or not an alien, a spacesuit?
Whatever the sound he was making.
The Johnson Show.
That is an intriguing man.
I think
the
it would be really funny. If you've ever looked at reports, analytics, and stuff, if you have social media accounts that you look at business wise or whatever, you can see how many people tune in, and then how long, if it's a 60-second video, you can see how quickly they fall off. Okay, the majority of your people watched 12 seconds of your 60-second video. 20% of them watched all of it, whatever. And then there's some metric that tells you what's good. I think that you would see a lot of people tune into the Johnson show that immediately are like, oh, this is not what I thought it was.
This is really boring.
There's a big peak at the beginning,
yeah,
and then it drops off. But then there's another big bump later in the season. We find out he's married to Laura Linney.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah.
I gotta Google who that is.
Yeah. That's from the Truman Show.
Oh, is she the blonde?
Yeah, she's the wife.
Laura Linney.
Laura Linney.
Was she in the Men in Black movie? No, I'm thinking of somebody else.
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't need to go down that road.
No, it's okay.
I want to know what is happening minute by minute with the people's money.
I do too.
Not with a murderer.
I mean, we are following that. I mean, that's one of the reasons you're probably tuning in is to follow that. We are following that minute by minute. Elon Musk weighing in, Vivek Ramaswamy. They have outsized influence that these people used to not have. But just to put a bow on the Mangione thing, a second ago, we watched him walk in this perp walk down this pier with the water behind him, and it really does look like a movie.
They're replaying
and
it right now.
And I looked at it, I said, is that live? Because that is going to be replayed forever.
You
that
said
perp walk right there.
They're getting the B-roll.
And they've got it, and so we're just watching it over and over and over. But the thing is, this is exactly what this guy wanted.
I count 15 people, and that's just on a quick count, 15 people walking around him. And I mean, like, you're looking at heavy SWAT and NYPD, and is that Mayor Adams all the way to the back of him, I think?
I can't tell.
He's there. I don't know if that's him.
Yeah. This is what he wanted?
Well, this is his dream come true. When he planned this whole thing, it could not have gone better for him. This is exactly what he wanted, unless he thought maybe he'd get away with it and he'd never be found. But I doubt that. I think he knew he would be found eventually, and he wanted to be a folk hero, and he's become exactly that.
Some would say folk hero. Gary says on YouTube, the killer has more protection than Trump did.
That's a good point.
Why aren't there women surrounding him?
I can't answer that.
Yes, you can. Everybody can. Think about this for a second. Are they protecting him, or are they protecting people from him?
Yeah, they're probably protecting that other people would run up to him or stopping that.
You don't carry guns like that if you're not prepared to fire back. You don't need that many guns for one guy that you're slow walking in cuffs. They're protecting him, or the possibility that maybe somebody is going to try to like free him or something. Like, there could be danger. Why is he not surrounded by men and women?
I think it was just luck of the draw.
What are the odds?
Yeah, it was just a bunch of dudes that showed up that day. Today. Earlier today. Moments ago.
Oh, well, what am I saying? Maybe some of them are women.
Yeah, we don't know. A guy that looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin, maybe that was a girl.
There's probably one really beautiful woman who is among them, and I didn't see her, and she's going to get mad at me.
Yeah, Alexis McAdams.
Is that a real person?
Is
that
she's a
Laura
Fox
Linney?
News anchor. She's like their on-site anchor.
Oh, okay. She is very beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that the entirety of the beginning of this is watching him walk in. They're going to have a press conference now. What are they going to tell us? What are we going to find out right now? Did he confess to 6 other murders on the helicopter ride over from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, nothing. This is reality TV in news is what this is. But you cannot turn away from it because it really is. There's a reason why the podcasts for real crime have exploded. People
are you a
interested
real crime
in it.
person?
I'm not.
Are you
I don't
bad?
like it.
No.
I hate it.
Do you?
Oh, I hate it.
I'm glad to hear that because I don't get it, and I thought I was the only one.
The
I don't
last thing
understand
I
it.
want is to entertain a story like that actually happened.
Yeah, the TV shows, when I've watched them, they're not bad, especially you're talking about old crimes. This isn't happening now. But I still I don't get why people are so fascinated with it.
I'm not into it at all. Fox News reports that the chaotic collapse of the continuing resolution spending bill is putting House Speaker Mike Johnson from Louisiana leadership under the spotlight. And Senator Rand Paul, have you guys heard this, has floated the idea of replacing him with somebody. And he says, crazier things could happen. Who is that person? Well, he's on our list today as our YouTube live chat poll. Who should be the next Speaker of the House? Rand Paul has made a suggestion on this, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later here in the show. Go to the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll and tell us who should be the next Speaker of the House. My vote in this might surprise y'all. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We will talk about that in the 1 o'clock hour. But if you go to the YouTube live chat poll, Mike Johnson's obviously on this list. A couple other names, some that might surprise you. Also, an option of someone else. Go to the YouTube live chat poll if you want to see. Before we talk about it, in the 1 o'clock hour, when we come back, we're going to talk with Hans von Spakovksy. Guess what? Funny. It's so funny whenever Trump says Fani Willis, he always says Fani Willis. Funny. He always repeats her first name.
It's like
but he doesn't say Fanny.
He's checking himself.
Yeah, but I think
Funny.
think he's just like proving like he wants credit for saying it right, but he still thinks it's a funny name. Anyway, Fani Willis got some bad news today. Hans von Spakovsky is going to break down what's left of anything, the Georgia case in Fulton County for Donald Trump. Lots to come on the Annie Fry Show, and we are so glad that you're here on 97.1 FM Talk. Let's talk to Hans next.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Michael's Flooring Outlet online, the website, igotfloor.com. Shopping for flooring locally is a nice thing to do, but it's not, you don't go to a store because you just want to be nice to people. You go to a specific store because you want to invest your hard-earned dollar in quality. You don't want the absolute cheapest thing that exists anywhere. You've been down that road. You're past that road. You want to get a great price, great value for great quality. Well, Michael's Flooring Outlet, and they're locally owned and operated. A successful family-owned business here in St. Louis for over 3 decades. Michael's Flooring Outlet has a huge variety of products for your flooring purchase. Now, when you go into Michael's Flooring Outlet and you start shopping there and you tell them you heard about them on 97.1, specifically the Annie Fry Show, you're going to be part of that family as well. If you're shopping for hardwood flooring, if you're looking for the Revwood Select and Plus line, the Techwood Select and Plus line, or the Ultrawood Select line, you can go to Michael's Flooring Outlet and they will walk you through the entire thing. Find them online at igotfloor.com.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered emotion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's Enhanced Network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
Wow, this year has flown by, and now you're planning to sell your home. You know, like you, most families have been waiting on the sidelines. Well, now the timing is better, but you still have questions, right? Hey, Mark Cox here from my friend and trusted realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've been telling you about Gloria Liu for years now. Why? Because Gloria Liu is St. Louis real estate expert, and if you have a home home to sell, you need to get to know her like I have. I've seen her systems, her guarantees. I've even met her clients. In fact, I'm also a client. She's different than any other realtor, and if you need help selling your home for the most money, you need to do what I did. Call Gloria Lou. Here's another tip. If you have a home to sell in Crestwood, Shaw, Maplewood, the Central West End, you must give Gloria Lou a call. Take it from me and call my friend Gloria Lou at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Honesty, integrity, humility, purpose. We're looking for people that share these values. As an officer in the Springfield, Missouri Police Department, you'll train in a state-of-the-art facility, learn special skills, and most importantly, learn that being humble through it all builds a better community. Our next training academy starts soon. Work hard and dedicate yourself to the craft, and I promise you'll have some amazing opportunities. Visit gospd.com for more information. That's gospd.com. Brought to you by the Springfield, Missouri Police Department.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Give the gift of comfort this holiday season with routine HVAC service included in a preferred partner plan starting at only $19 a month. To gift comfort year-round, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Get a 97.1 t-shirt. We've partnered with our friends at Whiskey Dickerson Small Batch Outfitters to bring you a line of high-quality conservative merchandise. Wear it loud. It's all at 971talk.com/merch.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight.
A Georgia Court of Appeals has disqualified the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, from that election interference case. It's coming down right now. The case against Trump and more than a dozen others already largely stalled, as you know. The new ruling means that it will be up to the prosecuting attorney's council in the state of Georgia to find another prosecutor to decide on the case, to take it over and make a decision as to whether or not they continue with a prosecution of the...
We the people of the United States,
More perfect.
in order to form a more perfect union,
Heritage legal expert Hans von Spakovksy.
Well, Hans, welcome back to the show. Merry Christmas to you. It's always good to speak with you.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and all your listeners, too.
Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Watching these stories roll in, I can't believe, like, if you're talking about drawing the most inside straight of inside straights, of all of the lawfare that was thrown against Donald Trump, it is amazing to watch the bobbing and weaving through all of this ridiculousness to see Donald Trump continue to come out on top. Tell us what happened in Fulton County, Georgia today and what it means for the future of Donald Trump's legal challenges in Georgia.
Well, folks will recall that when the defense lawyers in that Georgia case raised the issue of the fact that Fani Willis was having an affair with Nathan Wade, one of the special prosecutors she hired and brought in to help prosecute this case, the trial judge ruled that one of the two of them had to leave the case. He didn't say that both of them should be recused, but only one of them. And so Nathan Wade resigned his position and he left. That decision was appealed up to the Georgia State Court of Appeals because the lawyers, again, for the defendants said the judge made an error. Because of that unethical, unprofessional relationship and other things going on, the judge should have recused both of them. And in fact, what the Georgia Court of Appeals said today is, yes, the judge did make an error when he allowed one of them to remain on the case, that both of them had to be removed from the case. In fact, the language the court uses pretty harsh. This is a quote from it. This is the rare case in which disqualification is mandated and no other remedy will suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of these proceedings. And not only were the two of them recused, but the Court of Appeals said that this case cannot be handled by anyone in Fani Willis's office. That disqualifies everybody in the DA's office in Atlanta. Now, yeah, they didn't throw out the criminal indictment itself. So the decision now of what to do about this case, since the prosecutors have all basically been tossed out, there's a prosecutor's council in Georgia set up by state law. They are the ones who regulate all the county DAs across the state. They now will have to decide whether to assign this case to the DA's office of a different county, or they could just throw out the entire indictment. We're just going to have to wait and see what they do.
That's wild. It's absolutely wild to me. I remember in our Hans, in our conversations before, I think that what you had said, and I don't even remember which hill we were going over on this roller coaster at the time, but you were talking about how it was probably when Fani showed up and testified and everything was going crazy. And I think you were saying, like, it needs to be taken out of Fulton County, and then they need to see if anybody else actually wants to try this case, which kind of feels like that's where we are right now. Is the ultimate culmination is, no, not you, Fulton County. If anybody else wants to take up this challenge and try to prove this case, they can. I believe at that time you said, I don't think anybody else in Georgia will take it up. What do you think about that right now?
I think there's actually a very strong possibility that the prosecuting counsel will just toss out the whole indictment. And I'm also believe that if they don't do that, if they try to assign it to another county DA, I'm not sure there's any other DA anywhere in Georgia that would be willing to go forward with this case. By the way, people should keep in mind, remember, very early in this case, one of the possible defendants that Fani Willis was targeting was a Republican state senator who is now the lieutenant governor of the state. She was recused by the trial judge of targeting the lieutenant governor in her grand jury investigation, because at the very same time she was targeting him with the grand jury investigation, she was helping the Democratic opponent of this guy in the lieutenant governor's race. That case, after she was recused, was also sent to the prosecuting attorney's counsel, and about 2 months ago, the prosecuting counsel, they didn't assign it to another DA. They dismissed the entire case and said that the lieutenant governor should never have been targeted in an investigation to begin with. So that's an example of what that prosecuting counsel can do.
I mean, Trump feels really good today, right? This has got to be wonderful news for the Trump team, the Trump legal team. What's left for him to push back on? My understanding is in the Manhattan case, where he was found guilty 34 times, we keep seeing convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. That's not exactly accurate either, but he also hasn't been exonerated yet. What legal challenges really still do face Donald Trump?
Well, those cases are still problematic. The prosecution by Alvin Bragg is Judge Merchant keeps refusing to dismiss it. He, in fact, issued an order just a couple of days ago saying, I'm not going to dismiss this case entirely, but it's still hanging out there. It's also on appeal. Because Trump's lawyers have raised all kinds of mistakes and errors made in the case. Plus, remember, we still have the outstanding huge judgment in the civil suit that Letitia James, the Attorney General, filed against him, and she has announced that she refuses to dismiss that case. So unfortunately, he's still got those New York cases pending against him. But look, the federal cases, they're gone. They've been dismissed by the Justice Department. The Georgia case is on its last legs. In fact, I think they would probably need CPR to get it going again. I don't think that's going to happen. So really his biggest problems that are left are these New York cases.
Hans von Spakovksy with us right now. Did we determine that Fani Willis's lover boy there was colluding with the White House? How much do we know about the coordination that was taking place across the board on these challenges against Trump?
Well, the House committee investigating all of this was able to show that he met more than once with the White House, with the White House counsel's office, although Wade takes the position that he can't remember what was discussed. Yeah, right.
He couldn't recall a lot of things. I remember that part.
Yeah. He's had very convenient amnesia about it all. And what folks need to, some people might say, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that there was absolutely no reason whatsoever to meet with the White House. The White House had no evidence of any kind, the Biden White House, pertinent to the prosecution being waged down in Atlanta. There could have been, because there's no justifiable reason for it connected to the lawsuit, the only reason you could have a meeting like that is for political reasons. And what that does is puts the fingers of the White House on this being a political case, a case filed for political reasons. There was no other reason for the White House counsel's office to be talking to one of the prosecutors in this case. None.
Which is what Trump has been saying the whole time, that it was always a coordinated attack, lawfare against him. That has been, man, how many times has he said that? If he said it once, he said it 3 times in a row. Hans, I want to shift gears real quick because I was saying this at the beginning of the show, I was talking about the CR, and then I said on the air, sometimes we start talking in language because we pay attention to this stuff, not even daily, but almost minutely. And we're talking CR. And there's a lot of people who are like, I don't know what a CR is. A continuing resolution. So we're trying to use more vocabulary here. But can you break down super elementary explanation of Mike Johnson put forth this CR or continuing resolution to fund the government over the holidays, I think into March, when Donald Trump would be in the presidency. So there'd definitely be a game change there. What is the big hubbub? Why do we keep hearing Republicans go, I don't even know if Mike Johnson should be speaker anymore? What were they trying to do, and what is the challenge to it?
Here's the basics of this. The fiscal year of the federal government ends in October. That's when the money that has been budgeted to run the federal government runs out. So after October, either they have to Congress has to come up with a new budget for the whole year, a budget that appropriates all the money through October of next year. And if they can't do that, then what they do is a continuing resolution, which simply says whatever amounts government agencies were budgeted to get for the 2024 year, those amounts will continue usually unchanged until, next month or 2 months later, until they can actually come up with a budget for the whole year. And what so many of the Republicans are complaining about is that the current budget for the federal government, if you're just continuing it, it is so bloated. It's funding. It's not only overspending like crazy, but it's filled with spending for all kinds of programs to continue that they object to. DEI officers throughout the federal government, in the military, and elsewhere, all these things that should not be funded. And so what folks are objecting to is, it doesn't increase funding. It continues funding, but a lot of that funding should not be continued, and that's what they're arguing about.
So if you have somebody like Elon Musk coming in and Vivek Ramaswamy to advise those House members on cutting spending, and you're saying like you kind of almost in some cases win an election because you've been saying that, it seems a little hypocritical right now to be like, oh, but real quick here in 2024, we're still going to fund a bunch of things that maybe exceed the necessity of the American taxpayer dollar.
Oh, that's it exactly. I mean, you've just put your finger right on it. And look, I've written about this before, and actually Mark Levin has a great piece that he's published about this, that Republicans should not be afraid of a shutdown of the federal government. You know, that's always the fear of politicians in Washington. They're afraid that, oh, my God, if the government shuts down, we're going to get blamed for it, as if a shutdown of the federal government is some dire crisis. Actually, it's not. And the reason for that is there's a federal law in place that basically says that even when the government supposedly runs out of money, all of the crucial necessary services will continue. So what does that mean? It means if they can't pass a continuing resolution, excuse me, Social Security payments will continue to go out. The Army will continue to be in place. The Federal Aviation Administration will continue to work. All these things will continue to happen, even if the government is supposedly shut down. In fact, the vast majority of the government will remain open.
Yeah, Hans, I was thinking about right now the current situation that has a lot of attention from Americans is these drones flying over New Jersey. We have people reporting now that they're seeing drones flying over in the Metro East area where we live on the Illinois side of the Mississippi River. I've seen that on my social media feeds. Everybody's looking up and seeing drones now. It's kind of the way it is. But if there was some sort of threat to the United States of America, on the surface, I think, well, good grief, now's not a good time to shut down the government. We need to make sure that we're protected, that our defenses are up and not being unfunded, and that those people aren't all at home. You're telling me that we are still a defended nation, that those types of services are still in play and functioning fully during a government shutdown?
That is right. Everything needed for national security, air traffic control, border and coastal protection, all of that continues unabated, even when the government is supposedly shut down because it's run out of money. None of that stops.
All right. Well, Hans, a ton of information from you today. Merry Christmas to you. This will probably be the last time we speak in 2024, but good grief, is there going to be a lot to talk about in 2025. We are especially grateful for you, Hans, and thank you for being with us here each week.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and the same to you and all your listeners. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much. Hans von Spakovksy, the best name in the business. Senior Legal Fellow in Heritage at the Heritage Foundation, DOJ lawyer. His book, Our Broken Elections, How the Left Changed the Way You Vote. He might have to come up with a new book, How Republicans Changed It Back. I don't know. Or maybe the Democrats just suck so bad that they still changed the way you vote, but people just were unmotivated. All right, Wiggins America, we come back. The latest trends in sleep. When we come back, Ryan's going to try to put you to sleep or something. I'm not 100% sure, but when you come back, you'll be able to tell quickly what he's talking about here. He's on a health kick this week. Maybe he's preparing for some New Year's resolutions. I don't know that Ryan Wiggins is a New Year's resolution kind of guy. Let's see what he has for us in Wiggins America. We come back in the YouTube live chat poll. I teased it a little bit before. Rand Paul has a very, very different suggestion as to who maybe should be the next Speaker of the House. Who do you think should be the next Speaker? You think Mike Johnson should be able to keep it, or somebody else? You can see the options that we have up on the Annie Fry YouTube channel. We're going to discuss it in the 1 o'clock hour. Go vote, but don't go away. Wiggins America, next.
This is The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Maybe there's a God above. It's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah.
RulerFoods.com. If you're shopping for that holiday meal, RulerFoods.com is there to make it affordable. Isn't it nice to have somebody out there, a nice company out there who's looking to make everything more affordable for you when nothing is affordable? Ruler Foods, right now, go to RulerFoods.com, and while I'm talking to you, you can find the one that you're going to drive to right now immediately to shop for that holiday dinner for $30. A holiday meal that can feed a family of 8. That's pretty amazing. Let me tell you what comes with this holiday meal. You will enjoy a delicious 8-pound Sugardale ham, fresh pineapple, green bean casserole items, Kroger cut yams and Kroger Deluxe mac and cheese, Kroger au gratin potatoes, King's Hawaiian rolls, a delicious Marie Callender's pie to feed 8 people for just $30. It's time in 2025 to save money on your grocery bill, and it starts by shopping at Ruler Foods. You can see all of the things that are on sale additionally any given week, and you can find the Ruler Foods closest to you at RulerFoods.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan of McKelvey Homes. Have you always wished for a brand new home but don't want to leave your neighborhood? You are in luck. McKelvey has brand new move-in ready homes in established neighborhoods like Creve Coeur, De Pere, Kirkwood, and many more. Select one of our custom home sites or we will build on your lot. You will love McKelvey's legendary quality and personal service. Visit McKelveyhomes.com and move up to McKelvey since 1898.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
What better way to support your nutrition than with the multivitamin that was created right here in St. Louis? Neovitin Original Multivitamin was created by St. Louis physician Dr. Abicki to support his own nutrition when he needed it most. Now, Neovitin Original Multivitamin is formulated with sensible doses of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and Dr. Abicki's proprietary blend to give you nutritional support you won't find anywhere else. Neovitin is now conveniently available through our no-obligation monthly subscription. Cancel or pause at any time, and shipping is free. Support your nutrition with a subscription to Neovitin at neovitin.com today.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
Man, it is so good that you're listening to the Annie Fry Show here today on the 19th day of the 12th month here, because we are going to decide something important. We're going to decide who the next Speaker of the House is going to be. We're going to know by the end of the show. Isn't that amazing? You can weigh in on this. It's the YouTube live chat poll of the day. Who should be the next Speaker of the House?
Don't worry, guys. We got this one.
Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, or someone else. Now, I'm going to tell you, if it's one of those first 3, I think we got it. If it's someone else, it may take a little more time, You got to get the 3 a.m. vote.
We'll get it.
We'll keep counting right through Election Day. That's the way it goes now.
And 3, 4, 5 weeks after.
12:49. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
AnnieFrey.com. It's Annie Fry, and a very Merry Christmas to you and to yours. As we celebrate the birth of Christ in my family, I hope that you experience the love and the light that He has shared with all of us, surrounded by those that you love. Merry Christmas.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Wiggins!
Oh,
Wiggins! Trying to help you guys sleep better. Got a bunch of new wellness and sleeping trends that are making their way around the internet.
How to sleep better. Listening to Wiggins America.
Listen to Wiggins America, and we will put you right to sleep.
We?
Yeah, we. Because you are going to participate in this extremely
French
boring
response?
topic. These actually are crazy new sleep trends that some of these I've heard of, some of these I haven't. But they're all under the title sleep maxing. Have you heard of the term?
Gosh, there's a title
sleep
for everything.
Sleep maxing.
Core.
Yes, there is. No, it's not sleep maxing core. It's just sleep maxing. Any ideas as to what sleep maxing is, just based on the name?
It's how to maximize sleep.
That is correct,
It's
Brad.
a feminine product.
Thank you.
He's got it. It is how to maximize your sleep. The internet has called that sleep maxing because it needs a name.
No, it didn't.
There were all kinds of ways to do this, though, but the one that's kind of being synonymous with sleep maxing as a term is apparently placing skin-sensitive tape over your mouth before going to sleep.
Mouth taping, I've heard of that.
Have you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard of that.
This is the
too.
first time I've ever heard of this.
Mm-mm.
So this isn't a new trend.
You can do a Scotch tape.
Yeah, it just says sleep-sensitive or skin-sensitive tape. With a mustache and a beard, though, I think
Yeah, a little more
a little
difficult.
tough.
Also,
For you, I just use duct tape.
Yeah, you have to wrap
Forehead
it around my
to
head.
chest hair.
Yeah, forehead to chest. Right down my nose?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem very efficient for covering my mouth.
It might help you sleep.
I don't think so.
forever.
Long time. That's not medical advice. Don't do that. I was just talking to Ryan. It's totally
I
different.
should duct tape my face before
We'll be
bed.
covering you being escorted from a helicopter
You
in
get
an orange
better.
jumpsuit.
You get better oxygen flow breathing in through your nose or some. This has got to be close to it. But mouth breathers,
Mm-hmm.
when you're sleeping, if
Yeah.
you become a mouth breather, you don't get as much
Knuckle draggers.
oxygen. Yeah, you know they're all the same.
Yeah.
Then this helps you get more oxygen when you sleep, which gives you better quality sleep.
That is a fact.
I don't
2022
do
study
it,
found
but I also don't mouth breathe.
that during sleep, mouth taping improved both snoring and sleep apnea among mouth breathers with mild obstructive sleep apnea.
Scale is 0 to 10. 10 being earth shattering. Snorer. How much of a snorer are you? What would you
way
say, and
too
what would
much.
your wife say?
I'd say 6 or 7. She'd say
11.
Yeah.
That's what every wife would say.
Yes. Yeah.
Ethan?
Like a 3.
A 3?
Don't really snore, no.
Not yet. You don't. You're Gen Z. Just wait,
I am?
wait a few years.
What has to happen to cross over that rainbow bridge?
I think mostly you just get older, a little fatter, just generally less.
He's not
healthy.
Even your
wrong.
future.
Yeah.
Can't
You didn't
wait.
get older and fatter, Brad.
No, but my snoring went away when I got less fat. So that
0
was
to
great.
10? You're a
I-
0?
I was a 5 until August of this year. Whenever I went and saw Dr. Hardiman and he did some
Hey, there
sinus
we go.
surgery.
Good work.
Yeah.
And
Good stuff.
my wife told me I don't snore anymore. So I was a 5.
Do any of you have sleep apnea? Do you use an oral appliance?
An oral appliance.
Where'd you get it?
Dr. Ty Parker, Fountains Family Dentistry.
Nice.
But I'm
Cha-ching.
I've been using that for like 15 years.
Gosh, I want to promote one of our sponsors.
And it's been good, but the problem is sleep apnea doesn't get better. You know, it just sort of keeps degressing.
My dad got a sleep. What do you call it? CPAP.
I'm right there.
He got a CPAP, and I mean, if don't talk to my dad about CPAPs if you don't have 45 minutes of how great his life is now.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I actually do want to talk to your dad now because I'm
I
right
bet
on the
he'd
doorstep.
like to talk to you.
I'm knocking on the door of a
Just give him
CPAP.
a
Hey, that's my dad's Christmas present. time with Ryan Wiggins. It'll be the best thing you
Let's
get.
talk about CPAPs.
You guys can just get together and talk about how much I'm annoying and I suck.
What's he doing on the morning of the 25th?
The 25th?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'll probably just go hang out with him.
Yeah, forget your kids on Christmas morning. Go talk to...
Oh, that's right. We do have something that day. I forgot.
My dad, it's so annoying, loves Ryan Wiggins. He loves how you get under my skin.
Yeah, I love that,
My
too.
dad is the OG enjoy, because I've always kind of given it out.
You dished it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been that kind of person. I've always been the person who's gotten it back, and I consider it's a game of ping pong. Nice soft touch, send the ball back, know it's coming back to you. But the people who are really good at it, you're my dad's favorite.
It's great because I don't directly go at you. I very indirectly kind of try to undermine you.
Exactly.
Which is fun, which is a blast.
No, he gets it. He's like, hey, you know Ryan Wiggins is gold, right? And I'm like, you shut your mouth, Dad.
You know what we need to do?
No,
Christmas
we shouldn't.
morning.
I don't even know
Me,
what it is.
Your dad, our bosses. Just in a room.
Yeah,
just hanging out.
that's exactly where Steve wants to be.
Having some
with
nog.
my dad
Yep.
and you in a room with a little persuasion on the table.
I'll bring the burner log. He brings a nog. Steve can bring some whiskey.
Did you say burner log?
Burner log.
I thought you said burger log.
Burger log.
No, burner log.
I think you've underestimated my
Sounds
dad.
like you've been sniffing some whiskey again.
No, I haven't. So, just to put
osmosis.
a finer point
Speaking
on
of
this.
sleeping better.
Yeah, I actually did I say this on the air yet? I did a sleep study in one of those labs.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks ago. And it was weird. It was really weird because they just got you covered in wires while you're asleep. And they have cameras on you.
Say that name on the air.
Okay.
That's who?
Okay.
Who is that? Don't
That is your dad. Yeah, CPAP's rule. Thank you, foster dad.
If I show up for Christmas and you have a stocking at my house, I'm leaving.
Oh,
adoption papers.
Let's just assume that's
In
going
a
to happen.
stocking. Will you be mine?
Wrong holiday.
So I did this sleep study.
My
like
mom likes you too.
a week and a half
Super
ago. That's
annoying.
funny because I never really hear from her.
Well, that's the way she is.
I probably need to hear
It's
from
subtle.
her a little more often.
She loves you.
Do your
Okay.
parents like
Maybe she
Ryan
could put
more
that
than
in
you?
writing.
It's questionable. Probably depends on the day and the show.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that's, it is what it is. They just know. They know. They get it.
They get what I do to you.
Yeah.
And they like it.
I think they're paying you.
So it's still really, what's unfortunate, this still really seems like it's about you.
I know.
You know? I
This is the ping pong
don't
part.
love that.
Which is why they love it, because it's your drive.
Right.
Ryan said, well, we'll talk about that later. You said that you had a dream last night that I was...
I did. You were adjacent to the dream, but you weren't in it. You were hovering over it.
I'm haunting his nightmare.
You were kind of, actually.
Yeah, like the production, the production and Inside Out. That's
Yeah,
Annie,
exactly.
Annie was the director of your dream.
She really was. Like it was me and my family doing something, but it was like Annie was present in thought. Like, what's Annie gonna say? What's Annie gonna think about this? She could have done this better. I know she could have. I'm disappointed in you kids. It was that kind of stuff.
That's terrible. You need to feel better? Call my dad. He'll make you feel better.
Okay.
All right. More sleep stuff later in the show, possibly.
Maybe.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon from my friends at ThrottleNet, and you've probably heard George Rosenthal from ThrottleNet on the show. He's a technology whiz, and George and his team can educate you and your business on the dangers lurking with technology. Here's a unique opportunity along those lines. Does your company have a lunch and learn or guest speakers? For a limited time, ThrottleNet is providing free lunch and learns to provide cybersecurity awareness training. One click can cause a ton of damage to your business. ThrottleNet is determined to make sure that doesn't happen. And if it does, they're the cybersecurity experts who can help. ThrottleNet is known for high customer satisfaction, averaging 99% happiness with over 35,000 surveys. They have an industry-leading response time of less than 2 minutes. And no clients of ThrottleNet have ever paid ransom as a result of a cyber attack. Contact ThrottleNet at throttlenet.com/971 and we can schedule your free company lunch. Don't miss out. Find out more today about ThrottleNet at throttlenet.com/971.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
KFTK FM Florissant. An Odyssey station.
He's due back in court at this hour. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Murder suspect Luigi Mangione, charged in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, will be arraigned on new federal charges in New York, just hours after waiving extradition from Pennsylvania.
Luigi Mangione's federal charges were revealed in a now unsealed complaint. It shows he will face 1 count each of murder through use of a firearm and another firearms offense. He will also face 2 counts of stalking. In New York City, it has already been announced Mangione will face first-degree murder as an act of terrorism and weapons counts after police say it's him on video ambushing and fatally shooting Thompson as he walked alone to an investors meeting in Manhattan. Mangione had been held in jail in Pennsylvania, where he has also been charged after he was spotted at an Altoona McDonald's.
Fox's Gernal Scott. The Pennsylvania charges, including gun and forgery counts, will be on hold for now. A government shutdown may be fast approaching tomorrow night after a short-term spending bill collapsed.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is huddling with Republicans on a Plan B after GOP support for a 3-month stopgap measure imploded after opposition from Elon Musk and President-elect Trump. The president-elect now says any deal should also substantially extend or even eliminate the approaching U.S. debt limit. That idea is not winning support from House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
The debt limit issue and discussion is premature at best.
Democrats say Republicans should return to the agreement that was reached earlier this week.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. Days after resigning, a former top aide to New York City Mayor Eric Adams is now indicted on bribery charges, along with her son and 2 real estate investors. The Manhattan DA just announcing it. Mayor Adams, who has denied wrongdoing, faces a separate corruption case. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Tons of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon. It's a little breezy and it's chilly. 47 for the high. Tonight, clear, cold, and windy. 28. Friday, the coldest day of this stretch. Partly sunny and cold. It's windy almost all day long on Friday. 34. Friday night, some clouds around and 25. Saturday, sunny and 37. Sunday, sunny and 41. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's Mark Reardon from my friends at Zero Res. Here's a question for you. You need to answer honestly. Is your home ready for the holidays? If you haven't had the carpets cleaned in a while, the answer is no, and this is the time to do something about it. And I have a great offer from my friends at Zero Res right now during the month of December. I've had Zero Res in my home so many times over the last decade. Unfortunately, a lot this year because of pet accidents. They can always help you in a pinch. But for some overall cleaning, getting your home ready for the holidays, maybe getting the gunk out of the air ducts, this is a great time to do it. Call Zero Res at 314-474-2020 or book online at ZeroResSTL.com. And the offer, when you mention my name or 97.1 FM Talk for the month of December, 3 rooms starting at $129, $75 off your air duct cleaning package. They have great customer service, a ton of crews, and the legendary 30-day Gotta Love It guarantee. Book your appointment today. You spell it backward or forward, it spells the same. Zero Res. Call 314-474-2020 or online, ZeroResSTL.com.
Hello, this is Chad Clayman with Clayman Group, KLAMEN Group.com, where we buy houses direct and as is condition with no middleman involved. I recently bought a house from somebody that was embarrassed to let me in the door. There was stuff all over the place and the entire house smelled like smoke. However, we were definitely able to see the potential. We gave them a great cash offer that they were very happy with. So if you have a house that isn't in the best shape, maybe in disrepair, we're interested in making you an as-is cash offer. Please reach out today, KLAMEN Group.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
You entrusted a nursing home with the care of a loved one, but they violated that trust. If your family member has been the victim of nursing home neglect, call Onder Law at 844-BEDSORE.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too, to help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose. Paid for by Bayer.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon, and I live in the Fenton area, and I love that I have the largest locally owned sporting goods store right here where I live, Denny Dennis Sporting Goods. Their selection of hunting, fishing, firearms, and ammo is huge. Whether it's for you right now or for the outdoors person on your Christmas shopping list, check out Denny Dennis Sporting Goods in Fenton. Their prices and customer service will not be beat. Denny Dennis, where family traditions begin. I even bought my daughter a fishing rod recently, and memories are made forever. Denny Dennis on Grabaway at the Merrimack River, Fenton, Missouri.
The Mark Cox Morning Show has free tickets to see Toto. When we tell you to call, hold the line and be caller number 12. You'll win tickets to see Toto August 5th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. It's all on the Mark Cox Morning Show this week.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Members are giving themselves a pay raise. Do you guys deserve a pay raise?
Well, that's news to me. It's good news. You know, what has it been, 10 years or 14 years of no COLA, no change at all? I think it's about time something's done.
You support giving yourselves a pay raise?
How would I not know about a pay raise?
But I mean, people look at the performance of Congress and say, why should we give them more money?
What about the media? Think about that for a second.
We're not paid by public money.
I know you're not, but I mean, half of your listeners are not there anymore. You're still getting the same paycheck? What's going on?
Well, I mean, your taxpayer money. I mean, you guys deserve a raise.
Oh, it's like that is like a salad of all the ingredients, and they toss it in there, and you're like, maybe this will work. You got the media pressing my senator, Dick Durbin, about pay raises that Dick Durbin doesn't even know are in this thing that he'll eventually have to vote for, vote against. And he's like, well, that's good. It's about time we got a raise. We've been working hard. And then they're pushing back, and this media guys, CNN is pushing back and saying, like, you really think you guys need to have a raise right now? And he's like, what about you? You guys suck. You've lost half your audience.
You getting paid less?
Oh, but we're not being paid by public money. And he's like, but still. You've got Dick Durbin taking pot shots at the mainstream media and CNN over whether or not he should get pay raises that come in a bill that he hasn't read yet. There's so much here. There's so much to unpack. What do you do with all of this?
You know, the other weird thing about it is that usually because politicians try to hide pay raises all the time. You know, Illinois just went through this, or they'll hide things. But he's like, no, I think I deserve it. That's not what they usually say, just to come right out and go, oh, I get one? That's great. I'm voting for that.
If you haven't gotten a raise in 10 years or so, and they're like, yeah, it's about time, I could see how you might think that, yeah, it's about time. Is that the only money that they make when they're in the Senate? Can you get paid speaking fees while you're a sitting senator?
I have no idea. It does seem to me like they make a lot of money while they're in office, though.
Compensation for most senators, representatives, delegates, and the resident commissioner from Puerto Rico is $174,000. These levels have remained unchanged since 2009. 15 years. Here's the thing, though. $174,000 in Washington, D.C. sucks. That's not a lot of money. Do you know why? Because Democrats control everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem. Like, you should maybe lower costs and regulations so that things don't cost so much, which is actually kind of like giving yourself a pay raise without having to take more money from the taxpayers in the United States of America, who are also economically struggling because inflation is out of control, and we're trying to regulate ourselves into socialism under Democrat control. I say this as somebody who lives in Illinois, where Dick Durbin is a senator.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've heard that congressmen do is a little insider trading. I don't know a lot about that, but I've heard about that.
Heard a lot about Dan Crenshaw's insider trading last night.
Me too.
Dan Crenshaw, there was an X post that I think it was from Nick Sorter on X, who said that Crenshaw was one of the pro-CR votes, and he called him out on that. And Dan Crenshaw came out in a profane tirade against the person who posted it, called him effing incel. And said that he was in the no caucus, or that he wasn't in the yes caucus.
Okay.
And it was like, you could have just said, I'm not voting for this.
You could.
But he went in on it. And X had a field day with it. I've had Dan Crenshaw on this show, I think, 2 times. One of the most uncomfortable interviews I've ever done. Like, of all of them, top 5, he's probably, both of those interviews are in the top.
No kidding. I remember you talking to him, but I don't remember it being, was it uncomfortable because of the topic, or was it uncomfortable because he's just not a good interview?
He acted like he was mad he was on the show.
Really?
Yes. It was super uncomfortable for me.
Was he promoting something? Is that why he was doing it?
No, he's a congressman and he represents the American people. And
Yeah.
he's supposed to do things like this. He doesn't have to do St. Louis media. Like, if you don't want to do the interview, don't book the interview. I understand in circumstances that people don't want to talk to media outside of their constituency or national that would hit their constituency or, elevate their profile. I get why Dan Crenshaw would not want to do a St. Louis media hit. Don't book it. He was very bothered the whole time. And it's just my personal experience. Maybe I completely understand and respect the fact that 100% of the 2 times that I talked to him, he had a really bad day before he got on the air with me. Maybe that's what happened.
I think that might be my approach from now on.
Just to act like he had a bad day?
Yeah. Like, like no matter what it is. Just be like, gosh, okay, I guess we can talk about
Good
this.
luck.
Well, you can just assume that 100% of the time.
Doesn't that track, though, with what Dan Crenshaw kind of presents? Doesn't he always seem bothered?
Yeah.
How do you get into office being bothered all the time? You have an eye badge.
There's probably a lot of congressmen that are like him. He just became a household name because of the SNL stuff.
I really liked him. I don't necessarily unlike him, but if you've ever been around people who are just always contrary, you agree on everything. And we kind of living in the media business, all 3 of us can't come on the air and agree 100% on everything. So sometimes we have to be contrary with each other to add an extra layer to the conversation where we pull up, okay, we agree on 80%. Let's discuss the 20% where maybe we see things differently. He seems like a person who is just always trying to, he's with the group, but he wants to be on the outside of the group, but not on the outside of the group where, like, the Marjorie Taylor Greens and stuff is like on the completely other side. You've got a CR. a continuing resolution. If you want to know the basics of that, what's being discussed right now with the budgeting process on Capitol Hill, we had a great conversation with Hans von Spakovksy at 12:25. Is that on the podcast yet?
Well, it's not up yet.
It's
no.
not up yet.
No.
Okay. We always get that stuff uploaded right after the show. If you go to anniefryshow.com/podcast, there's a player there, and you can listen to all of the clips. If you don't want to subscribe to a podcast, anniefryshow.com/podcast, and you can listen to them. But I do highly encourage you to go to the Odyssey app, find the Annie Fry Show, and you can listen to all the podcasts right there. It's super simple. App is always there. It's up 24/7. But talking about continuing resolution, I was reading through a Nancy Mace X thread yesterday, and it was listing all of these things that were included in the CR, including like revisions of definitions of words. Like, we don't have homeless people anymore. This CR defines homeless people as people experiencing homeless. Imagine doing that and thinking you're solving the homeless problem.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back.
That way, when you drive past the homeless people on the street and you think to yourself, those aren't homeless people, those are people experiencing homelessness, and you just drive on by and feel good about yourself.
Yeah, the light's shining on you. You're wearing an American flag shirt, and you're going, those people are less offended because of what I've called them.
Yeah, I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a better person.
I've done a great job today.
Rand Paul, of all people, I'm going to get this story pulled back up here. Rand Paul, of all people, is making a suggestion here. It says nothing's impossible. Fox News reports that the chaotic collapse of the continuing resolution spending bill is putting House Speaker Mike Johnson's leadership under the spotlight. And Senator Rand Paul has floated the idea of replacing Mike Johnson with Elon Musk.
That's real?
President-elect Trump's pick to co-chair his Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. Paul took to Musk's X on Thursday morning to pitch the idea of the tech billionaire taking the House Speaker's gavel, noting that the Speaker does not need to be a sitting member of Congress. Quote, the Speaker of the House need not be a member of Congress. Nothing would disrupt the swamp more than electing Elon Musk. Think about it. Nothing's impossible. Not to mention the joy at seeing the collective establishment, a.k.a. Uniparty, lose their ever-loving minds, wrote Rand Paul. Remember the last time when they're like, oh, they should put Donald Trump in as speaker. Donald Trump should be speaker. Can you imagine Donald Trump being the speaker? That'd be amazing, blah, 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 blah. And we were all like, so you're saying there's a chance? Okay. Like, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, I nominate Donald J. Trump. And everyone's like, okay. Anyway. I don't why would Elon Musk want to be the Speaker of the House? He has other things to do than to be the Speaker of the House. However, he could be the Speaker of the House and then resign.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. I think he would think it would be cool. So I don't think it's a matter of whether he would take the position. I bet he'd do it. Just don't think he's the right guy for that job. You got to be somebody who's willing to pull in a lot of different personalities and coalitions. And he's just not a great communicator.
But the politics of what the Speaker of the House has always done in the past. Kevin McCarthy, his forte as the Speaker of the House was his ability to fundraise and get Republicans elected. Very valuable. We didn't have it this election. Thank you, Matt Gaetz. We didn't have it this election as a Speaker of the House. We have a razor-thin, but yet still Republican majority because that asset had been pulled out of the House of Representatives. But maybe you're a really great fundraiser. Maybe you're good at getting Republicans in the House, but maybe you're not good at getting your caucus together so that you can pass things. Kevin McCarthy clearly was not capable of doing that for whatever particular reason. We have an idea. Matt Gaetz couldn't. You got a one vote to vacate the chair rule in place, and Matt Gaetz used it as much as he could possibly flex. I don't think that the current state of the House of Representatives and politics in Washington, D.C. relies on the backroom deal making. Here's what you're going to do for me, and here's what we're going to do for you. Okay, shake on it, and I'll vote for your bill, even though I really didn't like it at first. But now I can say that I got this out of that for my constituents, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk has the people on X. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk has literally made dramatic decisions on X based on putting a poll up on X. And then he says Vox Populi or whatever it is.
Yeah, Vox Populi, Vox Day.
Yeah. And that is, I don't know. I mean, we could test the theory certainly by putting him in as the Speaker of the House. But the biggest threat to any of these House members is we're going to primary you and you're going to lose your job. And he would have a different avenue to making that happen than any sort of swamp creature would have had in the back. Who knows how all the bureaucracy works and everything. He could say, screw you to all of that and say, we're not doing it that way. We're going to do it my way. And maybe it fails epically. Maybe it restores the republic.
You do need somebody in this House, well, this current one and the coming one, who are popular with the like do anything it takes right. Because those are the people that peel off the most right now. The middle people, they're pretty much part of whatever's going on. It's that coalition that Matt Gaetz had. It's the very, very conservative. It's your Thomas Massies, who I love. You need to get them on board. So if you have somebody who can pull them together, you can probably get done with mostly whatever you want. I just, personality-wise, don't know that Elon Musk is that guy. But why wouldn't Ramaswamy be that guy?
If you stop and think about it, what is it that the Thomas Massies and the Chip Roys and those people that you're mentioning really want? I mean, we're not talking about Matt Gaetz anymore. Matt Gaetz was one of those people, but I think he was there for a different reason.
You're saying maggots, like maggot.
No.
Like what the mean thing they say?
No. Oh, gosh.
I'm like, wow.
We're not talking about Matt Gaetz anymore.
Matt Gaetz.
That's the French pronunciation.
But what they want more than anything is small government and fiscal responsibility. That is always what whenever I see Thomas Massie doing his thing, it's always about shrinking the size of government and being fiscally responsible. Same thing with Chip Roy. That's what they want. And what is it that Elon Musk wants? It's the same thing. Small government, fiscal responsibility.
Go ahead.
I think that Elon Musk could do it. And to Annie's point, the power of we're going to primary you is one of the main reasons why he was able to help them kill this bill now. He's like, anybody that votes yes for that, we're going to primary you. He can do it, and he can fund it if he wants to. But more importantly, he has the voice of the people on Twitter. Or X.
Do you text? Can you text Hans? Can you text him and ask him if the Speaker of the House needs to be a natural-born citizen because he is third in line of succession to the president?
That's a good question.
Well, I've Googled it and read it. It was telling me that, yes, you can absolutely be the Speaker of the House without being a natural-born citizen. You would just get skipped in the line of succession. So you can't. Can you get a Hans verification on that for me?
That's what happened with
Madeleine Albright and Henry Kissinger. Yes. So because they were secretaries of state. So I just want a clarification from a constitutional scholar that Elon Musk is not disqualified. Because it's an interesting question.
It's going to be great if he sends you back a screenshot of Reddit.
Yeah, it's Elon Musk. Or no. It's Hans von Spakovksy on Reddit. Maybe he's MSK165.
That's him. I'm sure of it.
If it was HVS 1776.
2025.
Hans, what are the odds? We found you on Reddit. So I'm going for my constitutional knowledge now. In the future.
He doesn't do enough media.
Let's take a quick break, and we're going to talk to Jamie Lissow when we come back. I'm excited about that. Haven't talked to our friend Jamie in a while. He is an actor and comedian. You know him on Gutfeld. We've seen him here as he's come through. I've seen him twice here at the Funny Bone in the streets of St. Charles. He's a writer. He's a producer. He's a regular on Gutfeld. Our friend Jamie Lissow. I'm going to ask him, how do you handle your family and friends during the holiday parties who voted for the other person, not guy? What do you do? Does Jamie have some advice? We'll find out when we come back. Don't go away.
This is The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
So Air Comfort Service has a gift of comfort to help you through the holiday season for people who are hard to buy. And I'm talking to a lot of you that are helping mom and dad. Maybe their spouse has died and they're taking care of their home by themselves and they need a little extra help, and that help falls on you. Or if you've got kiddos who have a home for the first time and they need a little extra help keeping and maintaining their home. Or if you're really flipping busy right now and you need help maintaining your home. The gift of comfort from Air Comfort Service is a really, really smart move. Keep your home warm and cozy and your family and friends warm and cozy this holiday season with a routine heating system check from Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. You can heat your home safely and efficiently this winter for as little as $19 a month. with their preferred partner plan, which includes 2 HVAC system checks each year, service, repair, and equipment discounts. You also get priority service. Now, you can gift them that gift of comfort and peace of mind for $19 a month this holiday season. You just got to reach out to the people at Air Comfort Service and say, Annie was talking about this monthly maintenance plan. I'd like to gift it to Mom. What do I need to do? Reach out to them at 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091, and they will get you going. Find them online at aircomfortservice.com.
Del Walmsley interviews Chad and Lisa.
This property, for you to have done what you've done, won the award, changed it around, done all the rehab, has got to be worth a lot more.
We purchased for $8.275, and it's worth $19 million now. So
wait, whoa. That is incredible. I can see why you won an award, and that's great.
Lifestyles Unlimited. Over 33 years teaching the real estate retirement roadmap. Text the word radio to 88007 for a $297 membership. Save $443 off the regular price. Text radio to 88007.
It's Mark Reardon for New Perspective Senior Living in Weldon Spring. It's a brand new, beautiful facility that offers state-of-the-art independent and assisted living and a memory care facility. They have holiday specials on select apartments right now. New Perspective is redefining senior living. But just don't take my word for it. Call to schedule a free lunch and activity to experience it for yourself. Visit npseniorliving.com. That's N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, seniorliving.com.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. For some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 55 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
St. Louis is home for conservative talk.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Thursday afternoon, we'll wrap up 2024 in politics with the legendary Carl Cannon from Real Clear Politics.
Weekdays from 3 to 6. The Mark Reardon Show on 97.1 FM Talk. This is the Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
They told me,
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Thank you for being with us. Beautiful Thursday. Kind of getting chilly back in St. Louis the way it's supposed to be. The end of December. We appreciate you being with us as we are just a few short days from Christmas. And it's always wonderful to visit with our friend Jamie Lissow, who is back with us. Actor and comedian, writer and producer, and regular guest on Gutfeld. Jamie, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
Merry Christmas, Annie. Nice to talk to you. And as always, the last few times I've called, you may hear some ambient noises of New York City. What happens is I find a very quiet place to call, and then two crazy people start an imaginary knife fight behind me. And so I thought we would just keep going with the interview until somebody steals my phone, if that works for you.
All right, just holler. I'm
You'll
sure
just-
there's
Yeah,
somebody
you'll-
around who will help you.
Yeah, you'll just hear the pattering of footsteps, and my voice will slowly get quieter, and that'll signal that I no longer have a phone.
And then we'll interview that guy.
Yeah, you can just talk to that guy. Yeah.
Or girl. I'm not here to, either or. I'm okay with each. And what
I
is it
feel
like?
like it's a lot of. I'll be honest with you. I feel like it's a lot of crazy guys lately. But I have been doing my part, and what I've been doing is, if I kind of have two thoughts here. If I find a crazy guy that's talking to himself, what I do is I find another one and I pair them up. You know what I mean? I put them together.
Like
I found a guy. Yeah, I found a guy yelling and a guy cowering, and I was like, "You guys are made for each other." And I'm just going to do this. And also, I'm walking around. I hear people with imaginary friends they've created that don't seem like they're being very nice to them. It's like, F you. I go, listen, I know some of it's mental illness, but if I ever go crazy, I'm going to invent the kindest imaginary friend. I'm going to be the only guy going, what'd you just say to me? This old thing? I will wear blue more often. I did get my hair cut. I mean, we're making the imaginary friend,
Okay, so the first question I wanted to ask for you, I don't have much prepared for you because Jamie, you're a hard interview to prepare for. I just kind of go where you take us.
You guys texted me before the show and said we're going to be talking about imaginary knife fights. And
do you have anything on this?
Yeah. What can you tell us? I wanted to ask you about the holiday season. We've seen a lot from the left, really, especially very close to the election being over. Thank God it took an evening to find out who won that election. But a lot of people on the left are saying, go no contact with your Trump supporting family. Don't even go there. Now we're to the point where we're within a week of Christmas. People are starting to get together. Hopefully they've moved away from that. People's politics aren't going to change between November 5th and now. What do you tell people when it comes to getting together for family gatherings this holiday season, when you know that there are some people who are super happy about the results and some people who are the opposite?
Yeah, this is a great question. I feel like it's on everyone's mind. I am one, I think you know this about me, to be serious. I am one that doesn't think any of it's that important, any of it. And so I think we should put family first. And I think if there's somebody on the left that says you shouldn't see your family because they voted for Trump, I think that's a fine loss to deal with. I think that's okay. I don't think we're going to miss that person. And so I've always been like, honestly, my fiance has a slightly different politics than me, and we get along and we love each other and we listen to each other's ideas. And I think one thing that the lefters have to start doing is that. Sorry, there was just a woman yelling at me. That's why I got distracted. I got to find her.
Can you take her?
Just 1 minute. Let me just find someone else yelling. Okay, we're all set. I truly believe that the left needs to realize we have a president. The campaign is over. And so now we sort of they have to in a way make the best of it, right? Like that's there's no, when I saw Kamala the other day, or Kamala, I never know how to pronounce her name, and knowing her, maybe she's been saying it wrong. But I just think we're done. We should be done campaigning. Yeah. Like we should just be together as a country. I do feel bad though, Annie, so say your football team loses. The presidency is a large version of your football team winning or losing because they're not going to play another game for 4 years. So I do feel for people that kind of took that loss on that night. And what made it even worse is, yes, it was over tonight, but then the next day, the next week, the next month, everyone's doing the Trump dance. It's in their faces. It would be like if you broke up with a girl and then she every time you woke up, she was dancing in front of your bed. You go, that girl that doesn't like me. And I just feel bad about that. I do feel bad about that it's like in the faces and
you read my mind.
Dancing in their faces. But, yeah.
Jamie Lissow with us right now. You know him from Gutfeld, of course. You've probably seen him many times as he's come to St. Louis and done the St. Charles Funny Bone, actor and comedian. Jamie, so did you see the report? I think it was yesterday or the day before. People were like, yeah, if Kamala Harris has the energy, I think she should totally run in 2028. What do you think?
I totally agree. I'd love to win again. I think that would be amazing. I'm going to miss her comedy gold. I would have voted for Biden and Harris if the only thing we were trying to vote for was comedy and we didn't have a country to run. I would have absolutely chosen those two because I'm going to miss her. That speech she gave, I go put her absolutely 100%. That would make me, I feel great about the content on Gutfeld. And also I think that's an easy win. I think the reasons they're stating for her losing, they are so off and they are so delusional that I hope she runs and they run on that. Like, who just said it was either, I think it was Biden just said, yeah, the reason, America's following all this, this underground media and all that, and everything they come out against is uncensored long form media. Like their problem is with the truth. Like they go, man, we wish they would just go with CNN when we change her answer. I wish they'd watch that. Like, it's almost like they're coming after. It's so bizarre to me, and I'm kind of stealing this from Gutfeld, but Biden or Kamala said something like, Rogan, the right has Rogan, the right has, all these, I forgot one of the other big, Theo Vaughn. So does the left. Like, Rogan would have interviewed Kamala. They're open to everybody that will come and follow the rules. But Kamala wouldn't follow the rules. She wanted Rogan to fly out and shorten his interview. And basically she was going, hey, I'll do it if you're not Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, obviously to their loss, and I am encouraged by their inability to come to grips with the truth. The longer it takes them, the better our chances in the midterms again in 2028, I would say. I think you're totally right on that. You mentioned Gutfeld, and surprising to everybody out on this side of the television screen, Gutfeld recently announced that he is a father. You talk about being a father quite a bit, and I just wondered, have you given Greg Gutfeld parenting, fatherhood advice? And if you haven't, you could just do it right here, and we'll send it to him.
I'll tell you the strange thing. He never asked for any.
No?
Very bizarre. I don't know if he doesn't think I'm qualified. You know what? I did give him the old, of course there's jokes and stuff like, I don't know if you heard the baby was born like 8 pounds, 3 ounces and 2 inches taller than Greg. And, and she's going to wear his hand-me-ups, I guess. That's what they decided. And I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I like saying it. Mm-hmm. I did tell him in all seriousness when he texted me that, I asked him, I think a lot of people were like, where's Greg?
Yeah.
And so like a month ago or something, I think I go, hey man, I think I know where you are, like what you're doing, but I just want to check on you. And we had been talking and I just told him, I feel like all of the things, especially in entertainment, there's sort of like this thing where people say, if you have a kid, it's going to ruin your career, especially comedy. Like, oh man, I know comedian friends that there's many, many famous comedians with no children because they're like, it's this solo job. It's hard to leave the home. It's going to hamper my success. I could not disagree more. And I think that having kids takes you outside of yourself and sort of like I talked about politics, like deprioritizes work and politics just a tiny bit, just so that you can get that, I think we're all here for the same reason, which is to love people. And it just gives you this. I describe having a kid as just going into like a Build-A-Bear shop and making a best friend. It's just walk out of there with a best friend.
Yeah, it's not untrue. I have 4 kids myself, and they're from almost 15 in next week, the day after Christmas, down to 3 years old. And so we're in all these different phases of life. But what it does, it humbles you and it gives you perspective that if you don't have that, doesn't mean you can't have good perspective, but it does alter the future of how you see things and how you anticipate the future. Do you feel like, I mean, it was like the best kept secret that I've seen come out of the media that he was expecting in that regard. Do you feel like it's going to be a part of the future of the future of Gutfeld? Do you think he's going to talk about being a dad, or is that, totally respect if it's a private thing for him?
It's a good question. It was a very well kept secret. Greg told me he found out after the baby was born. And that was really an unbelievable job they did. I don't know if it'll be part of it, but I know Dana Perino I waited to tell anybody until I saw Dana Perino tweet something or do something on Fox. So I do know that it is out there, the news, but I don't know how much a part of the show it will be.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything you said about kids. Like, it humbles you, and also it takes care of, I don't know if you also find it annoying when you have too much money in your bank account. God, that's annoying, but it takes care of that. And before kids, I used to have a comma in my bank account. I would look on there and there was a comma in there. I go, let's get rid of that thing.
That is not wrong. Jamie Lissow with us right now. Before we let you go, Jamie, I wanted to ask you, we talked a lot about the Kamala contingent and the fact that they haven't seemed to learn any lessons on that side yet, but those lessons might come. They have a little time to think about it. What do you think about Donald Trump 2024 going into 2025? This man has an entourage of the wealth. I think I saw like his cabinet's worth, I don't know, it was like $400 billion or something like that. The people who he's put in there, just the minds that he is assembling, obviously the wealth that is behind that, which, I would say indicates some level of success and know-how into the things that they're going to be contributing to should they be confirmed. What do you think about this Donald Trump, maybe it's not even 2.0, it might be 3.0.
I am very excited. If you look at his cabinet versus, have you ever seen Biden's cabinet? It's just filled with prescription drugs. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm excited about Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who I was on Gutfeld with. And a month before he announced he was with Elon, he had texted me what comedy club to go to in New York City, and I helped him and his wife figure out what club to go to. And then I saw him and Elon, and I was like, this feels like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon with people that are more important. This feels good.
Elevate.
But I'm very excited about I think I'm most excited about the Doge. I think I'm most excited about transparency and saving money and, seeing every step of the way exactly what they're doing. I think that also says a lot about anyone that comes out against transparency. I feel like it shows your true colors. And I don't know how you feel about Elon. He's so smart that I just decided my beliefs are his beliefs. Whatever he believes,
signed him over.
I'm just yeah, sometimes he'll go, hey, we should send a rocket up there because I go, Dad, we don't need the because. Let's do it. I'm in. I went to a bookstore the other day, and there was a book called The Benefits of Fish Oils, and it was 550 pages, and I go, I'll take them. You got me. I believe you. That's how I feel about Elon Musk. And, his big vision is to send us to Mars if Earth becomes uninhabitable. That's his big vision. And then California, we know why, says that he can't light rockets off anymore because the sonic booms are disrupting law. Let me tell you something. This might sound insensitive. I don't think I care if every once in a while a bear's like, the heck was that? I don't care. I do not care. We are going to Mars. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the whole cabinet. I have not been this excited and confident about America in a very long time. It feels like exciting times. It feels like change.
Yeah, I'm 40 years old, and we've talked about this here on the show since the election, that in my lifetime, I don't think that I've ever been so excited and anticipatory on what is going to happen next, because the transformative ability of this new presidency coming in that has the experience, that wouldn't have been able to do what they're going to do now if he would have won in 2020. It's just really a moment in American history that is really exciting. I'm right there with you.
I agree. I just turned 40 10 years ago.
Yeah?
And I feel the exact same way. I feel the exact same way.
Jamie,
very, very excited.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for the time today. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to get you back in St. Louis and get all your shows sold out as fast as possible, get you back in the studio. We're really appreciative of your time.
Absolutely, anytime. Merry Christmas, Annie, Brad, Ethan, and you guys take care, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. And you, Ryan.
And me, Jamie. Hey. Merry Christmas, Jamie.
Would you believe that I told him to say that?
I would believe that.
I would not ever.
I would believe that you would, though.
I would not ever.
It's because Brad booked it. He talked to Ethan on the phone. He was talking to you just now. And I just sat here quietly.
Well. Ethan's in the studio for now. Why? What are you doing?
It's like 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon with now, Ethan.
I just
now you almost know Elon Musk.
I heard someone wish me a Merry Christmas, and I just felt so appreciative and warm inside that someone would mention me. But what made me feel even warmer was that Ryan Wiggins wasn't mentioned.
You walked in really fast. What is this?
It's time for a gift. That's what that sounder means. I didn't know that it was 30 seconds.
Are we giving away something? What's happening?
No, it's the opposite. Somebody gave us something.
Oh.
And I thought now would be the perfect time for this gift.
Oh, it's like the perfect
So
gift.
I'm going to give this to you. Open this up. Brad, you can come here, Ryan. I'm not getting it. You can get it.
That's really bad, but okay.
I would toss it to you, but I don't want to break. You can tell us who this gift is from. This was delivered to my desk. Are you really in pain, old man? I didn't know that. I got up. Don't drop it. It is from
Bobo Farms.
Bobo Farms from the Annie Fry YouTube chat. And since we just got a Merry Christmas wish to Ethan and Brad and myself, thank you, Jimmy Lissow. Now we have from Bobo Farms.
Yeah, Bobo says, Merry Christmas, y'all. Wishing you and your families a joyful holiday season and blessings in the new year.
Thank you so much. That's Bobo. I love this. It's amazing.
And if I had to choose to get a Merry Christmas from anybody, like if you said you could get it from somebody on Gutfeld or you could get it from Bobo Farms, I would choose Bobo.
That's good. You want to tell us what this is?
This is an ornament that says The Annie Fry Show, and it's an ornament that has a little dangly ornament on it, by the way. and it has Ryan, Brad, and Annie.
I got that and I opened. I'm like, this is so cute and adorable. Uh-oh, Ethan's not on it.
Perfectly timed.
So if the universe is in sync right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I was actually going to tell you, Ryan, to get a Sharpie, and on the back of it, I need you to draw Ethan.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
You would absolutely.
No, I can't draw or have Ethan a part of
Can
this
you show?
at all.
Did you show it to the Bobo, who might even be looking up there?
Not
Here you
seeing
go.
Bobo.
Here you
Hold
go.
on a second.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I'm showing it to Jamie Lissow right now. That's me. That's my name right there, Jamie.
Stop blocking my name.
There.
There you go.
I put you there, and then gosh, everything is different.
Let me ask you this. If Jamie would have said, Merry Christmas, Ryan, would you have drawn me on the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
Yeah, it's vengeance.
Does it feel good? Do you feel nice and warm inside?
We're getting there, you know? I mean, we got a ways to go.
We'll put it on the Christmas tree that's right behind Brad in the studio, which is our Christmas tree, which I bought last year, brand new, and the lights didn't work this year. It's pretty ticked off about it.
You know, the only thing about this
Mm-hmm.
is that it's only going to be good for another week or so because it's 2024.
You don't put them away after the year. It commemorates the year. Don't you even know how to year ornament?
Well, you do it your way.
I think we will.
It's our show.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you go hang it on the Christmas tree, unless you are going to draw Ethan on the back.
Oh,
Maybe we'll have Ethan autograph it. We should probably have, let's do that. We'll have Ethan sign the back. Bobo Farms, thank you so much for that. That was such a sweet gift, and we really appreciate every single one of you who is out there listening to us each day. It is so wonderful to meet you, to have the opportunity to talk to you, and Bobo, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. It's awesome, actually. And he got the Jamie Lissow endorsement. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
I am a poor boy too poor, I have no gift to bring, that's fit to give a king, shall I play for you, on my throne?
TheDiamondShop.net. You can still visit the Diamond Shop in Clayton and get yourself something wonderful for Christmas, or somebody you love, of course, or you don't have to tell anybody. Get some for someone else. Get some for yourself while you're there. 40% off all in-stock jewelry at the Diamond Shop. When you go visit them in Clayton and you see the jewelry right there in stock, right in front of you, 40% off right now through Christmas Eve. So make sure that you go visit them and tell them the Annie Fry Show sent you. They have a wide selection of engagement and wedding rings. They have fine jewelry, watches. They also do custom jewelry and watch repair appraisals. They also buy gold. But if you're looking for that Christmas gifts right now, save 40% on everything that is in stock. They have Movado watches that are 30% off in stock. And if you go online right now to thediamondshop.net, scroll to the bottom of the page, you can sign up right there to become a VIP. You're going to save an extra 10% on the top of that 40% off in stock jewelry by doing so. Find all the details online at thediamondshop.net.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process process ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
If you're thinking of getting new hardwood, carpet, laminate, or vinyl flooring at one of those big box or discount stores, put it on hold. As in Reinhold. Reinhold Flooring, covering St. Louis and beyond since 1988. Residential or builder, you'll find everything you need in our showroom on Telegraph. When it comes to investing in your home, you want the best in carpet, laminate, vinyl flooring, or area rugs. Put those others on hold with Reinhold Flooring. Stop by Telegraph Road or learn more at reinholdflooring.com.
Hey, St. Louis, are you in search of top-notch cybersecurity solutions? Look no further. ThrottleNet is here to help. Ransomware attacks are on the rise, putting businesses like yours at risk. Don't let cyber criminals jeopardize your hard-earned success. ThrottleNet provides comprehensive cybersecurity services tailored specifically to your unique needs. Our award-winning customer service provides 24/7 protection to keep your data safe and secure. Take charge of your digital security today. Protect your business, protect your future. ThrottleNet.com, your reliable partner in cybersecurity.
Who should be the next Speaker of the House? That's today's YouTube live chat poll. Here are the options: Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, or someone else. So you could really pick anybody if you pick option number 4, but let us know who you think should be the next Speaker of the House. Should it can just continue to be Mike Johnson? You can vote that as well. 150. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Merry Christmas.
From the Mark Cox Morning Show to you and your family, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We have so many things to be thankful for, and we're blessed that you tune in each morning, and we're all looking forward to a great 2025.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. We have an update from constitutional scholar Hans von Spakovksy. The question on our YouTube live chat poll is, who should be the next Speaker of the House? Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, that's a name that's been floating around there. I just wanted another name. I didn't know who else to put in there. Elon Musk as the Speaker of the House, or just generally speaking, someone else. When we were in the first segment of this hour, we were talking about how Senator Rand Paul came out and said, why not Elon Musk? It's not the craziest thing. It's a really interesting proposition. And then we had a commenter on our YouTube channel say that they didn't believe that Elon Musk could do it because he would be the third in the line of succession. And he is, of course, what is he, South African? And so not a natural-born citizen, and therefore would not be eligible to become the president of the United States. And we said, well, what do you do when you have a constitutional scholar at a radio show? You ask constitutional experts for their expert opinion. So Brad texted Hans von Spakovksy, who was actually on with us at 1225, to ask him that question. What did he say?
So he said there is no explicit requirement that the Speaker be a member of the House in the Constitution. There has never been a Speaker, however, in our history who has never or who has not been a member of the House. If a non-citizen were chosen, the line of succession would have to skip him.
So he can do it,
so
he just can't be the president. There you
so
go.
it would be another unprecedented move.
And unprecedented.
And yes, thank you very much.
He would be an unprecedented Speaker of the House.
Yes. He would just keep serving as Speaker.
There you go. It's an interesting wrinkle, and I'm glad we covered that up.
Yep, I like covering up wrinkles.
You getting that VH?
Red
getting to
light
be that age?
therapy, yeah. Yeah, crow's feet. Ooh, oh, my gosh.
I like crow's feet.
Do you? I like actual crow's feet. I think they help the crow stand. I don't like when they're on my face, whether they be real crow's feet or the wrinkle type.
I don't know. Crow's feet show that you smile.
Brad's trying to get it back on the track.
Yes, trying, Ryan.
I was going to let you just hang out to dry.
Thanks, Brad.
You're welcome, bud.
Brad?
said I like crow's feet because it tells me that person likes to smile, laugh, and all those other things. I would think you, a man of humor, would appreciate that, but apparently not.
No, I don't laugh at my own jokes, as you know.
That's not true.
When the crow's feet,
that's not true.
Couldn't you have crow's
get all
feet that are
giggly,
angled down? If you're real frowny,
That's what
too,
mine do.
Your crow's feet are angled down.
That's because my cheeks go up and the lines go down.
See, I would think that if you smile a lot, it would push the crow's feet up. You'd have happy eyes. But if you frowned a
people
lot,
don't think that there is a difference between men and women, they have not heard this conversation.
I actually don't know anything about crow's feet. Other than
obviously
that they are on the side of the eyes.
The
and
man
on the bottom
conversation
of the bird.
about
How much effort we put into this subject.
I don't know if you know this.
who's we?
Men. How often or how much do girls worry about this, and how much do men actually think about it? There's a
This
huge
is the first time I've
disparity there.
really thought about it being a reality in my life ever. Because I know that I got dark circles under my eyes, and I do nothing about that.
Do you care about? Does it bother you?
Not really, but here's the thing. I don't put on almost any makeup in the morning. In fact, you could
Yeah, I
say
could tell.
none. I don't put on any makeup. Sometimes some chapstick. Does that count?
Huh? I was reading.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Well, I've lost interest. I'm
Clearly.
not gonna get enticed into this unserious conversation. There are important things happening in the world.
I'm trying to pull you in.
No, you're not.
I am.
No,
I'm
you're
trying to be
not.
a very gracious
No,
co-host.
you're doing the Ryan Wiggins thing. Brad's doing the
I
Brad
am not.
thing.
No.
And I'm reading Janine's comments, who said, I like actual crow's feet. Where else would you hear that? I don't know, Janine. I don't know. I don't know why you hear it here. And I'm here. I don't know what to do.
You said it.
The crows seem to be calling his name, thought Caw.
It's the weirdest fetish ever.
I just quoted Jack Handy. I got to give him credit. That's a deep thought.
You're obsessed with Jack
I
Handy.
am obsessed with Jack
You're
Handy.
obsessed with him.
I am. I'm nervous because I'm going to send him the grocery list, and he's going to because he's read portions of it.
He's
That's
gonna
why he
sue
gave
you
me.
for putting his name
I know.
on
I'm
it.
a little bit concerned that he's going to be like, this is like really similar to my book.
Why would you send him your grocery list?
Because he endorsed it. He read enough material that he endorsed it. But I'm going to send him the full book now that it's out. So
I'll speak slower. What's the grocery list?
it's just
Here, put the ball
It's just,
right on the tee, and you're like, well, duh, you dummy.
I mean, now that we're on the subject,
Here's the deal. I don't want to be
It's a
here
book.
hawking the fact that Ryan Wiggins wrote a book and he's trying to sell copies. I don't want to support him in that way. I want to very subtly, regularly tee him up so that he has the opportunity to sell it so we both get what we want. But Ryan doesn't get it.
No, Wiggins grocery list is like the easiest way to type it in, but I don't even know that. Like I don't even know to tell you that. But I just want people to read it. You know, it's about sharing, it's about caring. If you buy it, that's fine, but I just want you to read it and tell me what
That's
you
not
think.
true. You really only want them to buy it.
Okay. I'll take one or the other.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates. I depend on them for eye care, and they have an announcement. They're pleased to welcome Dr. Samuel Berry to their practice. Dr. Berry is a cornea surgeon, and he has the latest knowledge and techniques for advanced eye care and treatment in the field. So what do we call them now? The doctors? No, just the best doctors to see for your best vision. In St. Louis, you can reach them at 314-966-5000. They've treated more than 250 doctors, more than any others in the the practice. Now, if you need help with dry eye, LASIK surgery, maybe you have glaucoma, macular degeneration. I had an eye disease when I was just 25 years old, so my eyes are very important to me. You get the absolute best care with the doctors of Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Bersati, Andy Royer, and now Dr. Samuel Berry. 314-966-5000 or visit youridoc.com. They have a great location just off Manchester Road, a half-mile west of 270. Ophthalmology Associates.
Greg Hammonds at greghammonds.com wants to remind you that if you pay for your own health insurance, open enrollment ends January 15th. If you are looking for coverage, do not go online looking for quotes. You'll get endless calls from call centers, and they will not stop. Instead, call Greg, an expert with over 40 years experience, and he can provide sound advice for your health insurance needs. Their plans, if you qualify, let you pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower cost than Obamacare. The monthly premiums are independent of your income, so there will be no surprise tax bills. If you pay for your own health insurance, own a small business, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Greg at 314-794-7784. That's 314-794-7784. Or go to greghammonds.com. That's greghammonds.com. They will custom design a plan managed by you, not the government.
KFTK FM Florissant. An Odyssey station. Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Tons of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon. It's a little breezy and it's chilly. 47 for the high. Tonight, clear, cold, and windy. 28. Friday, the coldest day of this stretch. Partly sunny and cold. It's windy almost all day long on Friday. 34. Friday night, some clouds around and 25. Saturday, sunny and 37. Sunday, sunny and 41. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Some of these detectives will finally sleep tonight after this person has been brought to justice here in New York City.
Mangione will face state charges including first-degree murder as an act of terrorism. Federal counts unsealed Thursday include murder and stalking related to the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel.
Fox's Gernal Scott, Mangione's New York lawyer, has said they're ready to fight the charges, also suggesting the federal charges could amount to double jeopardy. The president-elect sends House Republicans back to the drawing board, scuttling a short-term spending bill aimed at avoiding a government shutdown. Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr tells Fox Business,
our phones were ringing off the hook. Our constituents were telling us, members of Congress, hey, this CR, this bloated CR with all of this extraneous spending that's not paid for, that's not what we voted for.
President-elect Trump also wants lawmakers to raise or eliminate the debt ceiling. Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn at the Capitol.
Vice President-elect J.D. Vance is here on the Hill. He's been huddling with Senate Republicans trying to figure out a way out of this mess. A source tells Fox that the plan A is still to move forward with a government funding extension combined with disaster aid and a deal on the debt ceiling. If that's a no-go, Plan B is just a clean CR, a government funding extension for about a week.
That could push the debate past the holidays and into the new year. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Tons of sunshine on this Thursday afternoon. It's a little breezy and it's chilly. 47 for the high. Tonight, clear, cold, and windy. 28. Friday, the coldest day of this stretch. Partly sunny and cold. It's windy. almost all day long on Friday, 34. Friday night, some clouds around at 25. Saturday, sunny and 37. Sunday, sunny and 41. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. Jules on Hampton.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. Come discover why Cotterville Trails is the fastest selling community with 5 lakes, beach, pool, playground, and trails connected to the quaint town of Cotterville, where you can enjoy shopping, bars, and restaurants. This prime location is just off Highway 364 in Guttermouth. Choose from any of our move-in-ready market homes or build to order from our popular Liberty series. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey's legendary quality and personal service since 1898.
What's it going to take for you to realize the IRS is in full-blown attack mode, and if you have IRS issues, your timely response is critical. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We certainly know the IRS has ramped up efforts because we're seeing a lot more clients with threats of intents to seize property or levy rights to property. If you have IRS issues, call the Lance Drury Firm today. Today, don't wait. Those IRS notices have hard deadlines for exercising your appeal rights. If you miss the deadline, your rights to a legal appeal are gone. Let the Lance Drury Law Firm get between you and the IRS today, and we'll help you manage your case to achieve the best outcome. IRS problems are serious legal matters, so call Lance Drury Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Don't wait. Call 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120, and schedule your free consultation with me, Lance Drury, or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Count on Steel for Christmas cleanup made easy with the SEA 20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at SteelUSA.com. Valid offer for a limited time, only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hi, this is Fred Bottomer from The Mark Reardon Show, inviting you to donate blood at the Odyssey Holiday Heroes Blood Drive. Please call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule an appointment or visit redcrossblood.org. Use sponsor code Odyssey.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride. All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Oh, man. Is it Christmas yet?
No.
Darn.
No, it's the 19th of the 12th month. As I said in the time check,
Central
in the
Time.
12 o'clock hour for no reason.
I would like to do like an immediate poll of the audience, because I get pulled in a lot of different directions from you folks listening to this show. You know, we were at Ruler Foods, was it a week and a half, or a little over a week ago, last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And people tell me all of the time how much they appreciate when we have fun. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course I do, because otherwise people don't want to talk to me at all. It's like,
when people talk to you about the show, not when they tell you about the things they hate, when they tell you about the things they like, is the fun high on the list?
Yeah, but you know what? People really want to talk politics with me a lot. I get that more than anything.
About what they want to talk to you about what they want us to talk about on the show. Like what I know.
Yeah.
About what we do here.
It's a mixture. A lot of people like, I mean, the whole show is a mixture. So getting feedback that's a mixture about what we do is not a surprise.
Read Kate's comment there.
Kate says, yes. All the Y's are capital. And then Kate says, Annie, love the fun.
I think that means she likes my fun.
She likes it when you're having fun. When I'll say this: when the rest of us are having fun and you want to do a regular show, that's tough.
Is that your fave?
That's rough. No, it's tough to plow through.
I just do it.
Yeah.
We really, and tomorrow, I'm gonna set this up for you. I'm giving you a tease for tomorrow in the 12 o'clock hour. I told Brad earlier, don't book any guests tomorrow because it's going to be our last Friday show of 2025 where we're all together. We'll
24.
Oh, man, I hope I'm not prescient on that one.
We're having fun, aren't we?
Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you. Last show together in 2024 on Friday. Last Friday show in 2024. We'll be here on Monday, and that'll be kind of our Christmassy kind of show. But I want to open the phone lines to you because you are the most important person in the whole Annie Fry show relationship. You are the person who we care about the most. And I want to know what your feedback is on, like, what are the big stories that you want to hear when you tune into the Annie Fry show or when you tune into 97.1? What do you want to hear from us? Because there are going to be huge stories in the next year, and they're going to come so fast and furious. Did I see that Pete Hegseth's confirmation is set for January 19th? Does that even make sense?
I can't confirm what you saw, but it is.
19th? Is that
I actually don't know.
What a wild ride that was. I can't confirm what you saw, but it is. It is? I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
That is the way that went.
That is exactly what just happened there.
Brad will find out. That's all that matters.
I'm looking right now.
His confirmation is going to be before inauguration, which is the 20th. Is his confirmation really on a Sunday?
So they're holding a hearing for Defense Secretary nominee Hegseth on the 14th.
So it definitely the process is starting before Donald Trump takes office. And the new Congress will be in place at that point. So it's the newly elected Congress. We don't change over our entire government all on the same day, which is why, January 6th was, what was it, in 2021, was it like January 3rd was the swearing in of the new Congress? January 6th was where the new Congress certifies the election results. There's going to be so much to talk about. And coming off of 4 years of Joe Biden and this nonsense, I remember saying this on air, and it was like to me, it was like ripping the Band-Aid off. Because you can't pretend that it's not going to hurt a little bit, so you might as well get it over with and get it done with. But with Joe Biden becoming the president of the United States, and they had the House, right? And they had the Senate.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying, brace yourself. Because whatever they want to get done, however they're going to prioritize it, they're going to do it. And they're going to have to own it. If you didn't vote for it, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen right now if your guy, your girl lost. But we are about to see what the Democrats are willing to do with the power that America has chosen to give them. Which meant we were going to have to come in, doing this show in 2020 where we're wrapping things up and hanging it up for maybe a week. I'm going to be doing that. You guys are going to be intermittently in and out. Each of you taking vacation intermittently. To me, it was like a last hurrah of, okay, I can just spend time with my kids. I can just be completely detached for the Christmas holiday. But when I get back, and then January 6th happened, and then dramatically took it in an even more extreme place after that happened in Washington, D.C. And then you just knew that you were going to be on a 4-year march of, it is the opposite now. And Republicans have the House, have the Senate, have the White House, and now Republicans are going to have a minimum of 2 years to prioritize things and get things done. And we will see what the Republicans do with the power that has been given to them by the American people. And now I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to, as soon as I get back behind the microphone in the new year, I'm going to be like, let's go.
Yeah, because there's going to be so much happening starting pretty much January 6th, but especially then January 20th. January is going to be a big month. Obviously, we're going to do countdown to inauguration. We're going to cover the inauguration. And it feels a little bit like we're getting scraps of news right now, but this spending thing is a big, big deal. I love that they're deciding not to just kick the can for a couple months, that there's enough, because a lot of people wanted to do that and say, well, we'll have Republican control of the Senate and everything by then. Let's just get to then. But they're saying, no, let's do it now. Why wait? We have the House now. Let's do something good now instead of waiting a couple months and just because what they're talking about doing up until the last couple of days was basically the same thing they've always done. Why do the same thing you've always done when you just had a change election?
I just am so excited about it. And so thinking about that and tomorrow on the show, I want to hear from you. You can call in. You can also, let's do it this way. Right now, you can get on the app, right? Those audio bites that people can leave right now. We can collect those now all the way through tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
If you go onto the Odyssey app, Ryan, can you kind of explain how people can go leave their thoughts on what they want from the Annie Fry Show in 2025? Because there's going to be a ton of news to cover, but do you appreciate the humor? Do you want that type of stuff? Give us your honest feedback.
Yeah, you go to the Odyssey app and you click on the microphone. If you're listening to 97.1, it'll automatically leave a message for 97.1, and we can collect those and get them ready for playback.
If you open the Odyssey app and you go to where you play, there's a microphone next to it. Mm-hmm. And you've said before that if you click on that and you record your message and you didn't like the way it was,
you can redo it.
You can redo it. It's not like you click record and then it's ours.
Don't have to say it perfectly first try.
Yeah.
Just like the second or third or fourth or
yeah.
You can do it 100 times if you want.
Yeah.
Get it perfect.
Give us.
Otherwise, we're going to be like,
yeah, because we're flawless.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to hear a little piano music in the background.
Are you going to be the one that chooses whether it is? Like if someone's isn't good, then you go, like on air?
I don't know. Probably a team effort.
Okay.
We'd love to hear. And you can also give Ryan a performance review while you're there.
Yeah. You could do that, I guess.
You could do that
if you want.
every day.
We get Steve to do it.
When you, if you have a really positive view of me, then you can do it.
Do you have a best side?
My left. Yeah.
The side that I'm on?
Yeah. That's why I stand here. It's part of my contract.
So when you
Annie's got to see my left half. I'm more attractive.
That's what it said. That's how it was worded on the contract.
That's why you think I'm a piece of crap, Ethan, because of where you sit.
Are you sure that's the reason?
Yeah.
There's that much of a disparity between the left and the right?
Oh, yeah. They say Elizabeth Hurley has the perfect face because it's so symmetrical. That's why they call me the anti-Elizabeth Hurley.
Have you ever thought about doing one of those those symmetrical apps that show that about your face?
No, I haven't thought about it. I would break it.
I feel like that is not a good idea for anyone to do.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of those things before, but you're going to go be like, oh, I think my face is pretty symmetrical, and it's just going to be like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you flipped both sides of your face, you look at it, you're like,
who's that?
Why is that? That's not me. Ah. Anyway, you can leave a performance review in the Odyssey app.
But only if it's good.
For tomorrow. Only if it's good.
Odyssey app.
Yep.
Go record. I think that would be fun. Ooh.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I don't know. What's that? It's another gift. I don't know why we're talking like this.
Jeez.
We got this little delivery that came in from Elf Ethan. I want to dress him up like Will Ferrell's Elf.
I do too. I want to dress him up like all kinds of stuff.
Wait, what?
Stop
Hold on. This is
I don't even want to go there. Let's
News
get back
to
to
me.
me. Let's get back to
Okay,
this.
back to Annie.
A beautiful red bag, and it says edible on it, and I love edible. It used to be edible arrangements, and then they dropped their name to be edible. And it says here, Happy holidays, and thank you for all you do to support the Diaper Bank.
Aw.
With love, the Diaper Bank team. So this is to us, and it is a delicious edible little treat thing.
Hey,
I love things that you can eat.
Yeah. You're so weird.
What is it?
Oranges, Maybe a cupcake.
Ooh.
Or cheesecake.
Do I see hard-boiled eggs in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Can you imagine getting a gift basket with hard-boiled eggs?
Nothing says "I love you, Merry Christmas" like
Chocolate-covered apples,
animal-
chocolate-covered
Oh, wow.
strawberries, blueberries, grapes.
Oh, me, oh, my.
These little snowmen. They might be chocolate-covered marshmallows. I don't know.
Ooh.
But we're going to open that and have some tasty taste right here in the...
Some tasty
Ooh.
taste.
And a little preview tomorrow. We're going to have a tasty taste, by the way. It is going to be... I've been prepping this. It's going to be...
This is the most work Ryan's ever done for the show.
It is the Sprite-soaked gummy bears that we talked about on Monday.
Explain. This is a trend.
And
we all know how Ryan is ahead of the...
I'm not, but it's a TikTok trend and it involves gummy bears, so I am ahead of those things. This was one that I had never tried, though. And you soak. This has been a 3-day process. 4 if you involve me going home and getting the
told me
gummies.
that every time you were working on it.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm at stage 2 now.
I just want you to know.
I would add to that, who came up with the idea of you doing it?
I think you did.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah, you said, why don't you do this? And I was like,
covered the
okay, I
story.
guess I will.
Yeah, it's like a soda that you like.
Look, I wanted to do it anyway.
Yeah,
but we are going to do this tomorrow. I have them in the fridge right now, so they have to soak overnight. They've been soaking for almost 24 hours as of about 3:30 today. And then you take them out and you do this freezer process that will finish tomorrow before the show, and we'll see how they go.
Are they supposed to be like super like hard gummy?
Well, yes, but then you do let them thaw a little bit, but freezing them is a part of the recipe.
I thought it said only a few hours.
The freezing is the
hope it
shortest
did.
part of it. So that's the very end. And that'll happen tomorrow.
Oh, so you right now it's
They're
been the
just
soaking
right
process.
now. That takes 24 hours. Well, they
Gotcha.
said you can just do it overnight, but I'm doing it for a full.
No, you're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
I need to go get a scissors, so we're going to go to a break.
Scissors.
A scissors.
Okay.
Yes. Annie, are you okay when we come back?
Yeah.
Get this thing back on the rails.
Right.
Absolutely. Go vote in the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll. Who should be the next Speaker of the House? Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, or somebody else? And you can also go to the Odyssey app. Click on the microphone next to the play button. Leave us a recording of what you would like to see from the Annie Fry Show in 2025. We would love to know your thoughts. We're going to take calls on that tomorrow, so keep us on your radio all the way. Don't even change the station between now and then, and we'll get back to that in just a minute. Annie, are you okay with Trisha in the studio? When we come back, don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan. All you got to do is call Stewie directly at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Stewie is there on the other side of that line to help you with your bagel loan mortgage, whether it's a new mortgage for a new home. If you're out purchasing right now, get pre-qualified with Stewie. Once you get pre-qualified, you can generate your own pre-approval letters online without having to go to a middleman. Also, if you go to get a bagel loan, the biggest draw there, if you're getting a new mortgage, if you're doing a mortgage refinance, bagel loans come with 0 closing costs. You can acquire that new mortgage, maybe even lowering your rate if you've gotten your mortgage in the last couple of years. You can acquire that new mortgage and pay $0, $0 in closing costs. They don't get rolled into the loan. They don't exist at another time. You don't have to pay for them at all. Reach out to Stewie directly, 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440, and tell Stewie that Annie sent you. Google the Bagel Loan to find out more information at MLS number 226715.
It's officially the merry season, and St. Louis's Christmas station, 102.5 KEZK, is your home for holiday music. Spinning the biggest and best festive tracks all day long, now through Christmas Day. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Get your holiday fix on the radio at 102.5 FM. Ask your smart speaker to play 102.5 KEZK, or listen on the go with the free Odyssey app.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe v. Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life and pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
At Hampton Manor of Wentzville, they go the extra step to make sure their residents feel special. Mark Cox here for my friends at Hampton Manor. I recently stopped by there. You know, their veterans are celebrated with special recognitions, including special pastries created by their pastry chef. They have their own private chef. They'll even feed you lunch if you stop by for a visit at this great senior living community off the Lake St. Louis exit at Highway 70. Schedule your appointment today at wentzvilleassistedliving.com.
We're winding down the year. We're in the holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. With the end of the season coming, also means next year there's mandates. Again, government mandates. You don't need to go with a ridiculously high-end, so-called, I'm doing this air quotes, efficiency. The minute you hear the term efficiency, call me. I'll help you out. Common sense approach with common sense explanation on what works best for your house and your budget. So call me. One easy number, Missouri and Illinois. Remember, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. The only number, 314-293-2600. That's 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. Now that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gslhonorflight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk is online, and you can stream it on your phone anytime. Just download the Odyssey app, and 97.1 is one button away. 97.1 FM Talk on the Odyssey app. This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
It's my understanding that Ethan is a huge trans fan, that you love Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Easy now. Easy now. Careful there. Let's be careful with our
TSO,
words.
did you go last night?
I did go last night.
I went to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra one time and realized I'm not really like a heavy metal rock kind of girl.
I thought you were going to say Ethan went and saw the trans concert last night, and I got nervous again, but you didn't. So
No, I didn't.
You're above that,
Well,
I
it's
guess.
TSO. Oh, way above it. You want to talk to Ryan?
Ryan? What?
Do you have something to tell me?
Nope, she just asked if I want to talk to you.
Was the concert good?
It was very fun, enjoyable. Lights show is amazing.
And you said childhood, I've grown up with TSO.
Grew up with
love
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, but it's only the second time that I've actually seen them in concert. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
I have only seen TSO do their stripped down kind of acoustic stuff. I got Trisha at least.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Trisha.
Hey, Brad, you want to play the...
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Here's something from our new album. Boo! Play the old stuff.
I can already tell you guys right now, the energy in this room.
It's not good.
I am not going to be able to keep it together this week.
It's not for air. That's the problem.
It's not. The stuff we're talking about off air is not.
It's vibrating in this room, bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
It feels like we've been holding on, just trying to get to
Thursday.
Okay?
We still got tomorrow.
I said this before, Trish. I don't know if you were listening when I said this earlier this week, but Annie, are you okay on Thursday is when I'm done for the week working.
It's like the turning point. I did hear you say that.
I still have another work day on the calendar this week. But after this, I pretty much think, well, I'm just going to mail it in.
At 12:25, she's like, TP USA.
Turning point?
Yeah. Turning point of the week.
Town covered in brown snow.
Oh, brown snow. That's poop.
This happened in I do have a poop story. Don't worry.
Okay.
This happened in Rumford, Maine. The strange phenomenon was actually caused by a malfunction at a paper mill, which released a byproduct of the paper production process into the atmosphere. Residents were warned against eating the brown snow.
The thing is, though, paper's white.
Also, but not all paper.
But the ink,
There's
some kind of inky.
Never seen the brown
You know,
paper.
if you need to be told not to eat the brown snow,
maybe just let it be.
and there's Darwin word for everything.
Yeah.
And if you're like, brown snow, that looks delicious.
Yeah.
Maybe they should eat the brown snow.
My question is, are you okay with eating snow in general?
Snow ice cream. Grew up in the country ish. We made a lot of snow ice cream. You got to know where it's coming from.
What is snow ice cream?
Where would it where would it come from other than the sky?
What?
Snow.
Ice cream?
No.
A cow that goes moo.
Ice cream coming from the sky.
No, you said you got to know where it's coming from.
The snow that you put in the ice cream.
Yeah.
I have to visually see where the snow came from.
You just got to make sure you've seen the genesis of the creation of the ice cream. Okay.
What did you think I meant?
That's why I was asking. Need a little clarification.
You didn't have a question about it. Yes, the snow comes from the sky. I'm saying if I send my 3-year-old outside to go, hey, go get some snow for the snow ice cream, she's going to get the closest snow mush that's been walked through 10 times.
Right.
Be like, here's some snow.
You go out to
I'm not
Hidden
eating
Valley.
that.
You're going to eat their snow? It's fake snow sometimes. No?
Southern Illinois.
Okay.
Freshly covered meadow, untouched
Mm-hmm.
by yellow or brown.
Not brown.
Mm-hmm.
Clean snow from the sky.
Okay. I've never had snow ice cream, just for the record.
Let's go back to Ethan. Why are we not picking on him? What's snow
Yeah.
ice cream?
Duh.
You've never heard of it?
No.
Everybody else has heard of snow ice cream.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's because I'm
Yeah, we
like
call it
half.
snow
I'm like
ice cream.
basically half of your guys' age here. So
Whoa.
No, there was snow then. There is snow now.
Yeah.
Hang on
I've never heard of snow ice cream because you're old. That applies to sometimes, not this time.
It
Now-
could have
now
been
we just
something
go
that
to
you
the
guys
store.
did in the olden days.
Yeah.
We
Get out-
did.
get
And
out
we
the old
churned it
butter
with a
churn.
hand crank. I did do that with my grandparents when I was little.
Uphill, both ways.
They were old, though. They were probably from the
Yeah, they were like
70s.
your age, Ryan.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, they're old.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like in their 50s. Like,
Right.
Ew.
Gross.
wait, but what is it?
I'll tell since you're so young, why don't you just Google it?
Ask
Boom.
Yeah. Why don't you just go ask Jeeves, would you?
Jeeves. You don't get that reference either. Time period jokes are great. High five, everybody, except Ethan.
He's going to go Google ask Jeeves.
Yeah. That's going to be like, we don't know what this is.
Yeah. Like,
But we might have bought it in
we don't talk about
2003.
Jeeves. Did Yahoo buy it?
I don't know. Don't care.
Anyway. What? I think we beat that to death.
We got enough out of that one. Yeah.
Like
We can move on.
Anytime now. Anytime. Vandals are putting googly eyes on outdoor sculptures.
Oh, I saw this.
A city in Oregon is pleading with locals to stop taping googly eyes onto roadside sculptures such as metallic artwork of deer and geometric shapes at roundabouts.
Trump term number 1, take the statues down. Trump term number 2, wear the googly eyes. Make America great again. Inc.
While the googly eyes placed on various art pieces around town might give you a chuckle, it costs money to remove them with care to not damage the art. The city posted on
not
Instagram.
damage the art. Now we're not damaging the art. Let's tear the...
Man, I saw the art too. Like, who cares? I'd rather have the googly eyes on it all the
I was
time.
gonna say, weren't the googly
Now
eyes
I
an
wanna look at
upgrade?
Yeah, it was, because it would just be like a ball of metallic twine. And you're like, ooh, man, that's inspiring.
But then when it's looking at you...
But when it's looking at you, you're like, ha ha, that's funny. That ball of twine. I've always liked that.
Annie, are you okay with roundabouts?
Yeah. People get real worked up about them.
That's why I asked.
I like them because you don't...
I love them.
So, some of them have yields, right? Not stops.
I think they all have yields.
Yeah, I think that there's a roundabout etiquette, and as long as everybody follows it, they're
You
great.
don't have to stop.
No, you just
Correct.
keep going.
Just accelerate.
Can we agree, though,
Just
that
go in
the
circles.
roundabout needs to be kind of big? Like, if it's just a regular stop and they put a little circle in the middle of it, that drives me crazy.
It's a little silly, unnecessary.
It is unnecessary. And people drive right through them if they're not a big curb.
Is Annie leaving?
We don't have those in St. Louis,
Is she
Annie.
trying to get out the window?
I think she's
or-
looking for a roundabout.
No,
I saw
we
somebody
don't.
post today that I wonder if there's ever a legal limit to the roundabout. Like how many times you could drive around it before the police are like, that's enough.
Enough.
You've
Really
had your
lost.
fill.
Woman arrested for trying to bring meth wrapped as Christmas gift on international flight.
Ooh, yeah, you got to
maybe
keep
if
that
we
domestic.
Put some wrapping paper on it, like a bow.
That's exactly what she did. A 29-year-old Canadian national was arrested for allegedly trying to smuggle methamphetamine from Vancouver to New Zealand. The illegal substance was disguised as gifts, wrapped in red, festive-themed paper, and placed inside her carry-on bag. She was charged with importation and possession of supply of a Class A controlled drug. Annie, are you okay with traveling during the holidays?
I like traveling. I don't like crowds though. But you really have to just understand that there are going to be crowds. It's to me it's like I go in expecting the worst, and then if there's no crowds, if it's not a packed flight or something, it's just an extra special treat. I was leaving Orlando one time. I took a video of it, but the line to check luggage wrapped around the entire airport.
Ugh.
It was outrageous. I don't know if Southwest had a problem with their system or something. I think
Weird. They usually don't.
I don't really have many problems with Southwest, honestly. But I mean, it was outrageous. We were considering like trying to move our flight. We weren't sure if we were going to make it in time, and that is super stressful. I just like to get there early, and maybe you lose a few hours in your day or your vacation or whatever. But I don't like to feel that anxiety of the rush. So, but if traveling is exciting, I like to do it.
I've been playing this new game in my mind during Annie, Are You Okay? Where I'm trying to figure out what Trisha's question's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And my projection for that one was either presents or meth. And I was like, this is going to be just two extremes here.
I thought it would be, did you know they have meth in Vancouver? The answer is no. I did not know that.
Anyway, on that note, another dumb criminal story here. Man sought by police gets stuck in a chimney. A Massachusetts man trying to escape from police shimmied down the chimney.
He was already on the roof?
Yes. And he got stuck. Since he's not magical like Santa, he ended up needing to be rescued by the detectives who were pursuing him. It was awkward. He is currently in jail on drug and warrant charges. Annie, are you okay with wood-burning fireplaces?
Yeah, I think a fireplace is better than no fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that goes on with a switch, which I'd never experienced until I moved into this house in 2015. I don't think I'll do without that, though, in the future.
How does one get into a fireplace nowadays without magic? Because there are a lot of codes that you'd have to violate to even have the ability to get in it on the top.
This guy got in, just shimmied right in and got stuck.
That's impressive. I say let him go.
What is this? Are you okay, Ryan? Ryan said something, we play the drop and we move on. Going on.
I've only got one more thing, and it's not great.
Is it the poop one?
Here's a bizarre holiday tradition. I'm going to leave you with this. The Catalana pooping log.
Catalina wine mixer?
No.
It's a log?
It's a log, also known as the Tio de Nadal.
Like people are keeping track in a book? Like that kind of log?
Nope.
What language is that?
Like a fire log. It's in Spain, so Spanish. This beloved custom involves a wooden log decorated with a face that is fed treats through December and kept warm under a blanket.
Beloved by who?
On Christmas Eve, children beat the log with sticks and sing a traditional song to coax it into pooping candy and gifts.
This sounds like some of those made-up traditions I did with that Christmas special thing I did that one time.
Catalonia, Spain.
You remember
do
that?
it every year.
I did a whole thing. It was the year that I did the Mariah Carey one, where it's about
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it's about the Mariah Carey song. That same year, I did one also that we don't really play much because it was like Christmas traditions around the world, and they were all fake. That sounds like a fake tradition.
This is real. I triple checked it. I just wanted to add a poop story. Annie, are you okay with piñatas?
Yep.
Annie, I'll give you $5
So cool.
if you tell me what that story was about.
Yeah. What else do you think about that?
I got a message from my husband that says I have an urgent question for you. That goes a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
Somebody needs a ride to a basketball game, but they need to know now.
Oh, that's not that big of a deal.
I can take them if you're listening. If you're not, why aren't you listening?
Piñatas, though, am I right?
Piñatas and
Piñatas are fine, but piñatas, like, you have to have supervision involved in the piñata game, and it seems like they're not meant to explode anymore. There's always a thing at the bottom that, like, there's a string you can pull. Have you ever seen those piñatas that have a whole bunch of ribbons that come down?
No.
I hope I'm not retelling the story you said. You never seen it? Have you? Anybody?
Said no.
I've seen.
So you have like a piñata looking thing. It's like paper, whatever, tissue
Never
paper.
done this.
And you fill full of candy, and then on the bottom of it, there could be like 30 single ribbons that come down, and one of the ribbons pulls the thing open.
Oh, and everybody just picks one?
So you go up and you pull the ribbon out. Oh, it didn't go. You pull the ribbon out, didn't go. And then
I mean, that's fun, but it's not a piñata.
Yeah, the point of the piñata is to get your aggression out.
Here's how you do this. Family party, bat and piñata.
Beat that thing.
Other people's kids at your kids' party, ribbons.
Oh, that's not a bad idea because the ones that I've seen, man, kids are just swinging bats
Psycho.
left and
Yeah.
right. And you got to use a little bit of a substantial bat because if you just use a little
Yeah, it's a
wiffle ball
disaster.
bat,
You got
it's
one,
not going to work.
One kid swinging from the one side, and the other one's like, I want to turn, and then
Yeah.
they're running from the other side, and they get smacked in the face, and
Yeah.
that's your fault. Just
Which
get
I don't
the-
really blame the kids
get the
because if
sissy
I
ribbons.
see somebody doing that, I even as adult, I'm like, I need to do that right now.
Okay,
Swinging
Trisha,
Yeah,
something.
that's something.
you how old is Bernie?
5 months on Monday.
On Monday.
He's just about
Happy
old enough
birthday.
to swing a bat at a piano. Piñata.
At a piano.
He's swinging at a lot of stuff right
Like
now.
you said, get the rage out. I am never more stressed than I am when I'm hosting a little kids party. When they are not old enough to supervise themselves, I want my kid to have the best time, but I want every other kid to have the best time. And little kids are so brutally honest.
Plus, so am I. And whenever I'm there,
That's why I
I'm
don't
like,
invite you.
"Ugh, not really a huge fan
Anymore.
of the punch.
Yeah.
Cake's dry.
Yeah, cake,
Who spiked the punch
Where'd
at the
you get
kids'
this?
party?
I mean, seriously, I don't know
juice box is
if
warm.
have you ever supervised one of your kids? Have you ever gone and been like a room parent for a school party?
I think, but I block them out because it's just so boring.
Oh my gosh, I am not made for that.
No, the
I go in and I like stand there and I'm like in a defensive stance. And I'm like, what do you need? Whatever you need. Send me somewhere else to get something. Like Walmart.
We just did this last night. My church group, actually our whole church, does a gingerbread house contest this time of year. And so the church groups throughout the week, this week, each get together and they build one scene or a house or whatever you come up with. And even that, just that, being in a room with everybody, and like a couple of the kids are kind of watching stuff on their phones, and I was like, that's too loud. I can't handle this.
Are you a grouch around a lot of kids? Do you turn into like grouch dad?
I actually teach Sunday school to get over
I don't
that.
know why, but Brad is emphatically nodding his head yes when I ask you that question.
I
looks
can't
like
handle
one,
it.
yeah.
And so when I teach Sunday school, I'm like rule of law, but
What about the gospel?
we teach all Old Testament.
Just the law.
Yeah, it's just the law. Yeah, it's just the Pentateuch. And that's it. We don't even get into like the prophets or anything.
I think it's Pentateuch.
Pentateuch.
Okay. Wow, nerds! There are 7 people in St. Louis who are like, this is my favorite radio
But
show.
all of them are going to comment online. I
One of them's
guarantee
my
it.
dad, and he's like, I
Yeah.
love Ryan Winger. Yes. He's like, there's not a lot of people saying Pentateuch, right? But at least they tried.
Exactly.
Where else can you
Thank
get that
you.
in St. Louis talk radio right now?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I do teach Sunday school, and it is to get over being around too many kids.
Is that your penance?
It kind of is.
Is it like...
Like I felt like I need to give back in a way that's a little bit sacrificial because
Jesus-
being the greeter is too easy.
Jesus doesn't need you to do this for you to get into heaven. He's
No, I
done
understand
it already.
that.
Teach that in your Sunday school class.
I mean, the work is done.
Yeah.
He finished it on the cross. However, I've got a ways to go. And one of those areas that I could grow in is being around large groups of kids because the loudness, I can't handle it. You, Brad?
Yep. Anyone? Anyone?
I don't know if there's any... okay, yeah, we're done.
Okay.
That's all
All right.
right. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Thank you, Trisha.
Thank
Last
you.
Annie, are you okay for the year? We always appreciate you coming
Merry
in.
Christmas.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Among other things, we'll get a result on that. Who should be the next Speaker of the House? All right, Ethan's favorite band, take it away. We'll be right back.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
CassinsCan.com, that's the website. If you visit CassinsCan.com, you are going to see the vehicles that they have brand new sitting on their lot right there in Glen Carbon. You can also talk to them about this great lease offer on a 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab. If you are in the market for a beautiful truck, you want to make sure that Cassins has the opportunity to earn your business, they will work hard to do so. You can lease a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab with a MSRP of $69,565 for $675 a month, which is an incredible value. The offer is good through the 2nd of January, but it will not last. If this interests you, or if you're in the market for a vehicle, go to the place that the Fries go to. We have 2 vehicles in our garage right now that are from Cassins, and we will go back the next time we need one. 618-800-2712. That's the number to call them directly. 618-800-2712. Reach out to them. Tell them Annie from the Annie Fry Show sent you. You will be in the very best of hands. Cassins & Sons Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Wagoneer in Glen Carbon, Illinois. Online at CassinsCan.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a truck accident, you need the best. Onder Law. Let us make your case our cause. Truck accident? Call Onder Law for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Who should be the next Speaker of the House? This is a very important question. We're going to decide it within 15 minutes. So you can vote on this right now and be a part of history. Should it be Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, or someone else? Now, I hope it's one of those 3, because if it's someone else, we're going to have to go back to a second vote. 2:45, this time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Good afternoon. It's Mark Reardon. Some more details on the CR are leaking out. And will they actually pass this thing, or is Mike Johnson going to still be Speaker? There's some questions about that. We'll have the very latest. We'll even talk to Carl Cannon, legendary veteran Washington, D.C. swamp reporter, coming up at 3:25.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
As fall rides off in the sunset, I sweep the snow from my doorstep. I just can't help but stop and grin. It's like I'm 10 years old again. And everywhere I go, I can feel it. Some say it moves like a spirit that falls on us once a year. Like it came on at midnight clear. The soul of this season is a gift. When love came down to let us live. Let's open up and let our hearts embrace this moment. For Christmas this year, we're gonna make a sound, gonna make it loud for Christmas.
All right. Jingle bells, you know what that means. I don't know. Say it louder for the people.
Yeah, why don't you turn your mic on?
What does it mean?
I got another present. This is really exciting as well. Last night we had, Christmas programs, kid programs at school. Do you have those?
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Watching kids, most of them very reluctantly. There's always like 8 who are like,
yeah,
this is my future.
Yeah, like 90% of them are kind of mouthing the words.
Yeah.
10% of them are screaming.
They're all individually like pointing out mom and dad. Some are really happy to see them. Some are like, stop,
Yeah.
Dad.
Oh, I'm in second grade now. I don't need this.
Ethan, get in here. You got a card.
Ethan got a card.
There's a card for each of these, and Katie is a very big fan of the show, but she also, our kids go to school at the same place, and she gave us this gift basket.
Oh.
So I've got cards.
For me?
Yeah. Brad, you get a card. You get a card. You get a card, Ethan. I'm going to throw it. I don't know what's going to happen. Nope.
That's okay. You just leave it.
I'll get it.
Fail. Thank you, Ryan.
So we got that, and then there is this extra little basket.
Where'd it go?
I'll get it. We really appreciate it. It's always cool when we get the opportunity to do these things. So let's also open this box here. Ryan, I'll let you do this. It's an ornament, so you can open that up.
Thank you.
While you were working on that, The YouTube live chat poll for today: who should be the next Speaker of the House? Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, someone else? I feel like if Thomas Massie tuned in today, he'd be like, "What?" I don't know if he's interested in it. There's always people. He's kind of the Rand Paul of the House of Representatives, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. They kind of look alike too.
They have curly hair. They're from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not the poll, but
Do Thomas Massie and Rand Paul look alike? Yes or no?
yes or no?
Tomorrow.
What are your thoughts on this, Brad? Do you think that there is a obvious answer going forward on who the speaker should be? And we're talking about, of course, right now, this moment in time, not if this happens or if that happens. Who do you think it should be?
Yeah, I hate to jump ship from Mike Johnson. I think that he's done a good job considering the circumstances he's had. I know everybody's super mad at him about this continuing resolution. The thing is, and this is where I would need him to be better, a lot of the stuff that I was looking at in the CR seemed like a wish list that was written by people who aren't Republicans. And I know that these Congress people aren't the ones writing these bills. And so what I would want from him is to have better control over his staffers who wrote this and a better understanding of who they are. So they would stop putting stuff like this in this bill, because they just kind of go out there and then they put it out there 1,500 pages at the last minute and you're supposed to be able to read it and then vote on it. No, I think that's bad. But as far as switching streams, getting a new Speaker of the House, I think Mike Johnson should stay the Speaker of the House.
Ryan?
I'm actually voting for someone else in this poll. I'd like to see them work it out with Mike Johnson because I think he's got his priorities in the right spot, but I do think he's losing a little bit of the vision for what he was elected to be there. So I'm not opposed to him. Thomas Massie would be great. Elon Musk would be great, but somebody else, actually saw somebody in the chat. I think it was Vicky suggested Jim Jordan, and I thought that was a great idea. So I'm going to go with that.
Scooter says that Senator Mike Lee suggested Ramaswamy as well. I mean, if I feel like he'd have more time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be a better use if I'm not looking at like what's best for the country per se, but if Elon Musk, like how much time does he have in his life to dedicate to it? I'm just presuming that Ramaswamy has more time that would be better suited here than vice versa. Now, Jack Posobiec, a friend of the Annie Fry Show, I tried really hard to go to America Fest and got approved to go and be on Media Row, and it just didn't work out with sponsorships and being able to fund our way down there. So I'm really bummed. I'm going to try to plan ahead next year, assuming they have it again next year, to go to Phoenix to go to America Fest. They have a huge, huge list of people who are speaking this weekend, and Donald Trump is now speaking on Sunday, which is exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. But Jack Posobiec posted on X at 10:18 this morning, should Elon Musk come to America Fest to fill in since Mike Johnson just dropped out?
Oh, really?
And I find that to be, if that's an accurate poll or post, I think that is telling that Mike Johnson wouldn't want to be there in this moment.
Yeah, although right now everybody's trying to go on Christmas break in Congress, and they're trying to get this done before that. So I can see why he also just kind of had to clear his schedule.
Like if he has work to do, he can't be in Phoenix goofing around.
Yeah,
that's true too. I guess that's just a way of positioning it. So you said Mike Johnson, right, Brad?
Yes.
And I said someone else.
Do either of you think Elon Musk would be good?
Oh, yeah.
Priority-wise, I think he'd be good. I think as far as the philosophy of what spending should be, I think he'd be good. I just don't know that he's got the networking capabilities that Ramaswamy would. That's why I actually like him better for that position.
Here's how an Elon Musk thing would go. Is like he would be working there and he's like, all right, and then he'd take to Twitter. Here's what we're thinking about doing. What do you all think? Blah, 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 blah. And that's how he would wield power and that sort of thing. Because he would be able, like, the people hate this idea, and I put it on Twitter and look at their responses. And he would be able to wield, the leverage of power would be.
Well, he can do that whether he's the speaker or not, though.
Yeah, but if he's the speaker, he's on the inside and he can do it whenever he wants. He doesn't have to get that information from somebody. So I don't think networking in the traditional sense would be more like CEOing. This is what we're going to do and this is why we're going to do it.
I am not team Mike Johnson is the devil yet at all.
I'm not either.
And I think that if you're going to reform the way Washington, D.C. conducts its business, the way we spend our money, it has to go bottom up. He's the last one. I mean, you can if you think it needs to be top down, it has to go bottom up. And the grassroots that sent the people to Washington, D.C. that are going to be there in this new Congress in the White House, that is bottom up. We should be at the top of the heap, but for a long time we haven't been. And right now, I think Elon Musk really represents the grassroots movement that is in our country because he's willing to listen to and represent what the American people on the whole are interested in doing and saying. I think that we still have to understand that Mike Johnson's role as a Speaker of House requires doing some things that are practical and not popular. So, when it comes to compromise and being able to get a deal done, generally speaking, if you're in a deal and there's a compromise involved, there's a part that you can crap about. That's always going to be the case. But I think collectively, Republicans have felt like they feel like they've been totally screwed over every time a deal is made. And you're not thinking about that one thing that you can crab about. You're trying to find the one thing that you're happy about.
Yeah.
And that's upside down. And if Mike Johnson is going to lead in reform, he has to have the groundswell of support behind him in order for him to do that and still effectively lead. Listen, he's got, a 4-seat majority. He's got 220 votes. They have 216. If they're missing a few people, he can't pass anything unless he can get Democrats on board. You don't have to get Democrats on board to do anything, but all of the Republicans have to be behind Mike Johnson in order to get things done. And he is the last person who gets to kind of make the decision, the biggest decision, the ultimate decision, and how things maneuver. So I think that it's a tough position to be in. It's a difficult job. He's going to face a lot of challenges, but so will the next person who goes in there, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person. To me, it seems like everybody's like, Trump has a mandate. We're going to do the Trump thing. The Trump policy, that's the way it's going to go. Cutting spending, that's the way it's going to go. And then all of a sudden, Mike Johnson was like zapped back into the old way of, I guess we have to do this.
Yeah.
And we'll say we're doing it for defense,
Right.
And I just want to kind of be like, you don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
Like, I get why you're doing it. But remember, you don't have to do this anymore, and you have the support of the American people.
Don't do the conservative version of a spending bill this time. Now it's time for total reform.
Yeah.
Think in a way that you haven't thought before.
Write your bill, send it to the Democrats, and say either you take this or you don't. And if you don't take this, you're shutting down the government.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to Katie and to Bobo Farms. Bobo Farms feels bad that Ethan's not on that ornament. And Ethan, I want you to tell him that you're not hurt, right? Ethan.
Bobo, I am extremely hurt.
Stop it, Ethan!
Take this conversation into the Mark Reardon show, if you could.
Stop it.
I'm kidding, Bobo. It's
He's
all love,
totally
and thank you
fine.
for your amazing next questions.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Main
He
contributor.
carries that segment.
You get to be our first Anti-Fry Show
kinda true.
contributor. That's for sure. Put that on your resume. Who should be the next Speaker of the House? Mike Johnson, Thomas Massie, Elon Musk, or someone else? Thomas Massie got 12%, so good for him.
Whoa. You stealing my
I'm
thunder
sorry.
here?
Yeah, go,
what is
go,
going
go,
on?
Go.
12% to Thomas Massie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
21% to Elon Musk. Someone else, 31%. And Mike Johnson sticks at 36%.
Which I think is kind of interesting that he
won.
still has
Wow.
the majority. Ethan, I'm sorry. Everybody's sorry, Ethan.
Except for Bobo.
Mark, no, he is. He feels bad. He shouldn't. Mark Reardon next.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at LifeMD.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Should GLP-1 weight loss medication like Wegovy and Zepbound cost hundreds of dollars? We don't think so. TryLifeMD.com helps provide insurance access to the leading GLP-1 medications. Visit TryLifeMD.com and check your eligibility for GLP-1 medication with copays as low as $0. Listen to Tara's story after losing 42 pounds.
You just take your shot. It doesn't feel like you're on a diet. What I wasn't expecting it to do was to shut off the food noise. I'd gone from 237 to 195. This was life-altering, and if I can do it, I feel like anybody can do it.
Get started right now and check your eligibility for GLP-1 medication with copays as low as $0 at TryLifeMD.com. That's TryLifeMD.com.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too, to help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose, paid for by Bayer.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. For some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.